Hello. Welcome. Oh, fuck. We are kind of blown. Welcome to the D-pad. There we go.
That was Ben and Jeffrey.
Welcome to our white.
When I beatbox,
Let me see if I can. I'm going to see if I can. Oh, they said meat boxing.
Meatboxing, heyo.
Can I?
You know what
Oh, nope. That's just darkness. I'm going to see if I can fix this while we go here.
Cool, yeah.
Nope.
Just do it on the fly.
Weird and fuzzy.
It's the best way.
We'll
do it live. Yeah, exactly.
I'm trying to like knock down the exposure a little bit, but regardless,
Nanocarp claims I am not audible.
you're not audible. Tap on your mic.
Nanocarp claims.
Let's get some other opinions.
Are you just quiet?
Is anyone else hear Sarah, or am I just too loud?
Let me
Oh, man.
reach over here.
Ben only meatboxes when he's alone.
That was something.
no.
All right.
Oh, no, what?
Everything was muted.
Were we all muted?
Yep. So we didn't get the beatboxing.
Wait, no, but they said they heard the beatbox.
Probably because the camera's also generating sound right now, which I am going to fix.
Wait,
right
you did it
now.
wrong then?
I think I'm only hearing people through Rick's mic, actually.
Ding. There we go.
That's,
That should fix it all.
well, that ruined my entire
you could
night.
only hear it through what sounded like mine because I'm projecting.
Closest to the
and I'm also closest to the
webcam.
webcam, which is now off, so everything should be good now.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
Way
welcome
cooler.
to the D-pad. I'm Rick.
Let's turn off the stream.
Wow.
And
then do that again.
And retry.
No, I'm Jeff.
And I'm Ben. As you all know,
And love.
yes, as you love, I am Ben.
Well then.
She said
I said
it
I'm
again.
sorry.
you
Did
said
she?
yes,
Oh,
sir.
I missed that. Yeah.
I'm- Me too.
None of you were paying attention to me. So
Well,
I
remember that
just
part where we
did
just said
Ben
you
was
speak
paying
quietly?
attention
Well, there
because
you
Ben
go.
is the best.
Ben was paying attention because Ben
Well,
is the
It's
best.
Welcome.
the D-pad.
Welcome to our February 2019
It's
Patreon
March
Hangout.
today.
It's
Yeah.
March today, but it's a summation of February.
Yes, it is
Yeah,
the
it's-
closing February.
Yeah.
If they're just, it made more sense to do it the last Friday.
Yeah.
And then the
So
last
I'm gonna-
Friday was like a week too early. And, it just made sense this way.
Excuse me.
But yeah, it's going to be the last Friday of the month as a general
Yeah.
rule,
We-
unless
well,
the
so
first Friday makes more sense.
We were originally planning on doing it the last Wednesday, and then we realized, well, if we do it on Friday, then Jeff can probably be here for a bunch of those,
And
most
that's
of those,
better.
and
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured it would be far better for our lovely friends Jeffrey here.
yeah.
Congrats
Because we
on
want his
actually
sweet,
having a
sweet
schedule,
kisses.
yes.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if anybody's
Can
new
you
to
close
this
the
is
little
just kind of
schedule
a.
thing? Actually, it's making it hard to read the.
I'm also using that for notes. I
To
mean, I
We
can.
should
reference,
have it.
yeah.
We should
But I
have it.
can't. Okay, then can
If
you make the window
if you
smaller
push the-
so it does
Push
the
that
thing?
window left.
Yes.
Get rid of
excellent.
the
I wanted
like-
to read the nice things Alex
Oh,
was
there we
saying
go.
about
Okay.
me.
Oh my god. Well, anyway, this is usually
There we
a
go.
time for us to kind of like hang out with you guys, answer questions you guys have about stuff, kind of give you a rundown on what's been going on the channel lately and some stuff to expect, I guess, in the coming weeks and all that jazz. I guess the biggest thing, the biggest two things right off the bat are both Mega Man related. Actually, I guess three, come to think of it. The first one being, if anybody hasn't heard about this, Mega Man Fully Charged is airing. So they've been doing their one episode a Sunday thing, which they're continuing, except for not this coming week, but the week after that, when they're also going to air 5 episodes Monday through Friday. Like one episode a day, Monday through Friday. So
That's
we're going
like
to have
a lot more.
Yeah, we're going to have a lot more of
That's
Mega
like
Man Fully Charged.
5 times as much.
Awesome.
It is 6 times as much because they're
Six,
doing the Sunday
because they're
episode
still doing
also.
the Sunday?
Yeah,
Don't they have like 65 episodes per season or something
52.
insane?
52.
I was close.
Yeah, you were very close. And we are 32
Actually,
in as of
weirdly
now.
close.
Okay.
The one that airs on Sunday is number 33. But so what's interesting is, so they've been airing this show at 6:30 in the morning on Sundays, which is really just a primo time slot
When
for
all
TV.
kids are awake.
I mean,
Lots of little children do wake up very
when I was a
early.
youngster,
It's not that
I was
weird.
up early, go downstairs, turn on
Yeah.
the Saturday morning cartoons.
I don't remember
Sunday,
ever doing
though.
that on first. Yeah, Sunday for
I mean,
one.
same.
I mean,
And
same
two,
difference,
I don't really
whatever.
do it at 6:30 in the morning though. For me, that
You
was
did
usually
when
like
you were little.
8:30ish, like somewhere around there.
Well,
I was
Maybe
never
that's just
like
me, but-
crack a dawn kid.
I also had a Game Boy, so I was just like, I was also happy to just grab.
You're
the
just
Game
bad
Boy
at
and hang out
morning
bed.
in general.
You're
Yeah.
just not a morning.
I used to wake up at 4:30 in the morning in high school every single day
Okay. Why?
because I liked to take my morning slow. I got to, have my breakfast, watch the news or whatever, finish any homework I had,
in high
and then
school, what are you watching the news for?
because we didn't have very good cable at that
You
point.
were doing it wrong.
I watched the news in high school.
A lot of times it was for like weather to figure out if I was gonna need to like bring a jacket or something. But then drive to school where I would hang out. I had a laptop at the time, and my friends would be getting there around then to play Magic, and I would hang out with them before school started.
You should eat
Is it
breakfast,
like
Alex
8?
Britt. Eating
Nerd.
breakfast is good for you.
But
it's true.
regardless, so you would think, oh, okay, Sundays at 6:30. They could have done a better time slot for that, especially since the rest of Sunday is reruns.
Right.
But so it's like, oh, cool, Monday to Friday. Sweet. A 6:30 time slot Monday to Friday is perfect. There's a lot of kids that are like up around then.
Sure.
Having
Yeah,
their
before
cereal
school.
or their, whatever for breakfast.
Yeah.
Yep.
Watch some cartoon. I used to do that with Sonic the Hedgehog. So the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon that we're still deep-had and chilling to this day.
Yep.
I used to watch before school all the time.
Same thing with me and Beast Wars, Transformers,
Yes.
slash Sailor Moon.
I don't know what
Yep.
you mean about
Beast
it being
Wars. I
chilly
didn't really
just
get
because
into
we're
Sailor
all
Moon,
in
but I did
jackets
I
and
love
fuzzy.
Beast Wars in the morning. But then
Ben's the grandma of the deep dad in his shawl and lap blanket. I don't have a shawl. This is just a sweatshirt.
It's just a
No, this
sweatshirt.
is-
but this is a lap blanket.
It's a cool ass
For
sweatshirt
sure.
too.
But
Yeah.
so it's like, all right, sweet, 6:30 in the morning on weekdays. That's great. Oh, they're not airing it at 6:30 in the morning for the 5 weekday ones. They're not doing 6:30. Instead, they're doing 12:30 in the afternoon, Eastern. I think also Pacific.
Just the winter here, Nano.
Which
Crap,
is-
it's
On what
fine.
days?
on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
12:30 in the afternoon.
12:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
The best time to have no children watching
Exactly.
it. Yeah.
Every single child in America is going to be in school while
least
these
they
5
should
episodes
be.
air, and they don't do reruns on Cartoon Network for the show at all. It's like an active attempt to make it as convoluted and unfollowable of a schedule as humanly possible.
Yeah.
Is this Fox?
This
Like-
Cartoon Network.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
no, it sounds like Fox
It's
trying to
actually
bury
hardly
a show.
worse.
All they'd have to do is show all the episodes out of order, and then you'd have
Yeah.
Fox.
Never forget.
Fox is nice. They'll actually cancel a show when they're
Yeah.
done
Well,
with
the
it.
nice
Cartoon
thing-
Network is like, you can wait like a year and we'll give you 5 more episodes.
Yeah.
In my opinion, Mega Man Fully Charged has achieved a level of like quality and enjoyability. They'll have to sustain it, but like if they somehow got bumped from Cartoon Network, somebody would pick them up.
Yeah.
Somebody would be like, "Yo, if you still got the contract for Mega Man, we got you." Like
My
nowadays,
bet
there's been
would
a lot
be-
more of like passing of shows
Yeah.
from network to network.
My bet would be Disney XD, if anybody, because I know early
Sure.
on they had a deal with Disney XD
Sure.
before Cartoon Network got involved based off of like early reports.
Wow, there's a lot of hate for Cartoon Network.
Fuck, Net's the kind of thing Netflix.
I
could
mean,
buy.
it sounds like they
Universe-
fucked it up a bunch.
The example I gave
Fox
of
for
waiting a year for your
children.
5 episodes is pretty
Aw.
literally what happened to Steven Universe. Like they had
Yeah, that's
the
what
last
people
chunk
are
of
telling you
episodes
that
ready
right
to
there.
go, but they just didn't air them for like 9-10 months.
Yep.
They
Oof.
just didn't. For no reason. Wildly popular show that
Yeah.
Cartoon Network has pretty exclusive access to, and they're like,
Yeah.
And it's like, why?
Well,
I don't
we'll,
get
we'll
it.
hope that Netflix buys them in the future. Then
I
Yeah.
mean, that's the nice thing with
Be
all the
kinda
streaming
rad.
services that like someone could pick it up, and then you
Yeah.
have that streaming, which is great
Sure.
for kids, adults, anyone. You know?
yes, yeah,
And there's
anytime
also
access.
there's also it's a show based out of Canada production wise.
Correct.
So like it'd be good if it was airing in the U.S., but it doesn't necessarily have to for it to live for a little while it's sorting out licensing deals in the States. So we'll have to see how that goes. But
It's still
so,
kind of
Anyway, so you
bullshit,
said this
though.
is
I don't-
part 1 of 3
Part one
of
of 3.
Mega Man business?
Yes.
All right.
Number 2, and the more immediate future is if you haven't seen on Twitter, Robot Rumble 3 is ready to go and is
Yeah.
going to be going up as a YouTube premiere tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Eastern.
Like it's Teen Titans.
Oh yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh god.
Teen
Fucking
Titans
Teen
Go.
Titans
They
go.
literally on Sundays
Original Teen Titans.
they literally
Yeah.
play.
Sorry.
The actual Teen Titans is
I
great.
believe they play.
Right, good
So
shit.
they do Mega Man Fully Charged. Then I want to say they play 11 straight episodes of Teen Titans Go as reruns. Then they do I think 6 episodes of another show. I forget which one that one is. I think it's Total Drama Island. And then they do another like 8 episodes of Teen Titans Go, and then their day block is done. And it's like, wow, great scheduling.
Cool.
That's great.
That's what I want.
Because it's all about Teen Titans Go.
Yeah. So yeah, Robot Rumble 3 goes up tomorrow night. our third of 8 episodes before the finals. This one's a little shorter. This one's a little over an hour and a half, which I think is about how long
Only
the
an
first
hour and a
one was.
half.
I mean, it's the smallest division, I think, in the entire thing. I want to say
Okay.
there's only 17 that are in there, and that's because it was 14 plus 3 miscellaneous dudes. So, but it's pretty good. There's some interesting stuff going on there. Some good dark horse candidates to get through to the end as well. So it's exciting. And then the third and last thing, 134. All right, cool. So 94 and a half minutes. And then
I'm pretty
feature
sure
length
all
if you
the
have a
robot
plot.
rumbles have been feature length more.
the second
or
one
less.
was like 2.5 hours long.
Right. That's they're like, oh no, it's an hour and a half. Like, what
Yeah.
about the second one?
The
It
third
is
one,
literally feature length. Yep.
yeah,
is that
so-
Mega Man Battle Network 6 is finally coming to the channel this month. I don't know which weekend yet it's going to start. I want to say it's probably going to be.
It begins.
I think it's going to be.
I'm so happy about Pluto last Robot Rumble. Fuck Pluto.
Yeah,
Pluto
so no
Man.
strong opinions. Basically, is what I'm seeing.
yeah, none whatsoever. Pretty blasé.
Hold on now.
That's exactly what's happening. Nobody,
Who the fuck
basically, I
says
can confirm.
Woohoo Battle Network.
So I enjoy
Nobody-
Six is a good game though. 6 is actually legitimately.
when I
You say
watch
that about
the
everything, and
when
you're
I
always
watch-
lying.
No, I don't.
So when I watch the D-pad personally in episodes I'm not in or games I'm not involved
I never
in,
watch episodes.
He goes
I'm
la
not
la la
in.
la
I only
la.
watch the ones
can't
I'm
handle it. No, Battle
in.
Network
The
is
D-pad doesn't exist unless I'm on it.
okay. I mean, that's one stance to take. Mine is I enjoy Battle Network because I have to pay about 5% attention to it.
Oh, okay.
90% of
Yep.
an episode is Rick being like, "Oh, fuck."
It's so
And
hard to keep.
Then
that stuff
10%
going.
is like, "Oh," and it, like,
Whoa.
as soon as he
I've
starts
only got
making
one
that
hand on the
noise,
controller for those parts,
yeah,
so.
sure. I mean, that's exciting.
Yeah.
As soon as those parts
It
happen,
is.
I look at the video and
like,
then
oh,
And
I'm
you're like, oh yeah,
all
there's
right,
that video.
back to grinding.
So
Now, granted,
good.
a lot of that is post game style stuff where it's like,
Sure,
what story? And you're like, oh, great.
Yeah, exactly. Where you get to the point, the same way that Final Biscuit watches Battle Network. Like, it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
very good background stuff because Rick struggles and you don't have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
I
God.
wouldn't wish Battle Network 4 on my worst enemy.
Yeah.
So
It's like
But you
we've-
keep wishing it on yourself.
no,
but
I
it's-
don't. I now am wishing Battle Network 6 a legitimately good Battle Network game.
Rick is
That's
his
exciting.
own worst enemy.
I know,
That's
right?
why.
That's why he keeps editing Rick,
Rick
locked in the
is
closet.
evil
I
Rick.
tell you.
Oh God. But yeah, like so 6 is going to be coming in March.
exciting.
My best guess for it right now is, so what's today, the 1st? My best guess would be the weekend of, I guess, the 23rd/24th. One of those 2 days is when it'll actually start.
Late March.
Yep.
Weekend before
March,
PAX.
March, July, Timber. Yeah, no, that was March 23rd, 24th, which I think is the week before. Oh no, that I guess is the week of PAX East, isn't it?
Yeah, PAX East I think is the 28th or that Thursday onwards.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, so I guess it'd be the weekend before it then. Okay. But yeah, so that'll be the thing for that for Battle Network 6. So that's gonna be coming back, and it will hopefully be a lot less horrible than literally the last 4 Battle Network games. Because
So what happened to Battle Network 5? Okay.
And I think Battle Chip Challenge came between 3 and 4, and that was also really shitty. That was the
never
tournament where you
watched that.
build a deck and then you just start a battle and it goes on its own.
It just
Oh
happens.
yeah.
Yeah, what a terrible,
What a
terrible
piece of
game.
shit.
All of the minutia, none of the
That's
story.
probably the worst of the Battle
What a
Network
load of
games.
fucking garbage.
I think Battle Chip Challenge is the worst of all of them. It's just crap.
Perhaps we'll hang out from PAX.
We have a hangout scheduled for PAX weekend. Yeah, we were trying to. I was trying to decide whether or not we would do. We would like try to collect ourselves to do that like Friday night, or if we would just move it to a different day that's easier to work with. I guess it'll depend
you should
on.
probably do
Like,
it on a different day.
I
if
do
you're
have a
gonna be
room.
on a
Yeah.
con.
Especially if there's like concerts and stuff. So we'll probably maybe that one will be Wednesday
I mean,
instead or something. But
yep. I have a room at the West End.
Yeah.
We can discuss it.
yeah, we can figure stuff out.
So that's the 3
Do,
Mega
do,
Man
Yeah,
do,
that's
things.
3 Mega
Boop,
Man
boop.
things. I guess
The
that's
Triforce
it for
of
Mega
Mega
Man.
Man.
Yeah, because yeah, no real news on Mega Man. There's murmurs that Mega Man X9 might be
Mega Man
announced
murmurs?
in the next couple months, but
Mega Murmur?
yeah, Mega
Murmur?
murmurs. but
Boom,
nothing else there. I
boom,
was about to use this mouse to
punch,
look at stuff
boom.
over there,
Why am I
but
getting attacked?
what else? Zelda,
Sorry,
Tingle.
sorry.
Not this week, but the previous week, we managed a full 5 episodes in a row.
In
Bunch
one
of progress.
sitting.
Wow.
1 week in one
and
sitting.
I was not there because
Yeah.
why would I be? Because fuck that.
We're actually
If
making
you
some
can
progress.
avoid Tingle's tummy tickle game, whatever the fuck.
Yeah,
Tummy
that was
tickle.
basically it.
Oh,
Ben,
oh,
Ben
oh.
only hated 90% of it.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
God.
fair, right?
It's the,
Yeah.
it's the tummy too.
That's my boob, but yeah, there's like 10% of that game that
Anyway.
feels like a game,
Yeah.
and the rest of it feels like it's crawling into my eyes.
Oh no.
So
I'm
we're
trying to then expand and burst forth.
Oh
Explode your face.
no.
Yeah.
Sounds about right. But yeah, we're off to Lon Meadow, and we're looking around there and doing stuff. We're actually making the last set of episodes was progress.
Now, though, yeah, once you were like, I feel like we're starting to kind of get the hang of things.
Yeah.
Like just now,
just
starting
vaguely.
to get the basic mechanics of it.
Yeah.
The game was very cruel. It's got a structure where if you know what you're doing at the beginning, you do well.
Yeah.
If you don't know what you're doing at the beginning, you
It
will
sets you-
struggle.
yeah.
And it took us until this last like continent or so, right, to really get our finances in order and like
Even
figure out
still,
the
it's not
amounts.
great, but
Like that's the kind of game where 10 minutes after I look up the wiki, be like, what's the point?
Yeah,
of
what am I
Yeah.
doing?
What's the
Why am
point
I
of me
here?
fucking
What's
wasting
happening?
Extra, things. If I give this guy 150 rupees to tell me a useless secret,
Yeah, like
who
here's how to
cares?
paddle
Yeah,
a fucking
right.
boat. Like, I'll just figure that
Thanks.
out.
Dumb. Yeah.
Rick, you said there are 4 more Zelda games after that. Which ones are you leaving?
You will
out?
see. We never tell before we kiss.
What?
A gentleman kisses then tells, not the other way around.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
mean, what would you have to tell
Sure.
before the kiss?
Exactly.
There's really nothing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna kiss.
I'm gonna
Actually,
make
maybe you
faces
should
at
tell before you kiss.
Probably a good call.
Just
Probably a good call.
Hey, get no bad.
Goji's trying to
Shall we?
eat some of our
I really
Mediterranean
don't give a
food.
fuck what you have to think, humans. I am the Goge.
There we go.
But
But yeah, so you'll see is the short answer to the Zelda games question.
What remains?
Dun 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 dun.
yeah, I don't fucking know what the hell's happening, so I guess I'll find out
The
too.
bulk of it
It's okay,
lives in
Ben.
Tingle Land. That's for damn sure. So, what else?
Sonic.
We are still doing Sonic Adventure DX.
Coming to the end though.
Yeah, we're in we're in the last chunk of
So
things
close
that
to
we're doing.
not having to play that game
Wait,
again.
we're done
Yeah.
with Legend of Zelda? Talking about it?
Was there
Oh.
other stuff that?
Well,
Yeah,
I don't know.
I
What about
guess.
the Link's Awakening remake?
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
I mean,
Link's
that's-
Awakening.
Sure, we can mention
That's a
that.
Stuff.
good point. That
I
looks
would like that.
controversial time.
Please.
I really like the look of that, and I'm very excited
Do
for it.
people not like the look of
I
it?
don't like the look of it, Ben,
Why?
because they trolled us with that freaking sweet anime opening, and it looked so good,
It was
and
never
I
gonna
was
be a
all
full
excited.
anime game, like
Sure, no, but I was expecting at least something a little bit more like that, and then it was all like plastic chibi figurines, and I
which
didn't.
based
I don't
off
like
of
it.
Link's Awakening DX is what they look like anyway. in
I
that
didn't
game.
like it.
If you look at the photos they take, they're all chibi-eyed there too.
So
I didn't
I have
like
a third
it,
position
okay?
of I'm 50-50 on it. Like
All
I
right.
don't instantly hate the art style from the trailer. I'm not instantly
faked me
in
out.
love with it. I need
I
to
like
see it
it.
more in action. Like I need to see how the world looks,
Oh,
how it
everybody-
moves and
Yeah.
stuff.
They just
like
look too plastic to me.
I'm curious. I'm curious
I think it
about.
looks great.
I'm curious about how the darker
Whatever,
tones
Ben.
and subtext of the game is going to work with the plasticky toy box feel. I immediately, the music immediately gave me a Nintendo Land vibe. Actually, that same kind of like Tinker Toy thing. Like they had like plastic whistle, like not kazoo, but like I guess a recorder. Like it sounded like they were using a recorder for the main theme when it was announcing the title for it. So I'm curious what that's gonna.
I mean, I got a little Big Planet kind of feel from it.
You know,
Oh, okay.
Like the whole force perspective thing where they're like tiny little models, but
Yeah.
there's like the perspective to make them look life size, but it still looks like you're looking.
The like tilt
Yeah.
shift kind of thing.
Yes,
Yeah,
tilt
yeah,
shift.
yeah.
That's what it is.
I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be kind of cool. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. That's
I've never been more excited for a blonde twink with a sword in that
Oh my
saying
god.
Yeah, I was giggling at that earlier too.
pumped.
All right.
Oh,
my God.
yeah.
Okay, so but
Uh,
just Link's Awakening is one of my favorite games of all time. It's in my top 5.
It is-
I don't know what my top 5 is, but I know that game is in it.
It is quite
They're
possibly my
pumped.
favorite pastime in video games. Like,
Humpty
I would
pumped.
happily, if I'm gonna hop on a plane, there's a high likelihood that I'm gonna be like, I'm just gonna play Link's Awakening, and maybe I'll beat it by the time we land.
Yeah, it's like Link's Awakening, Bloodborne, Final Fantasy Tactics.
Yes.
Oh, you
I'm
mean
not
just like
I'm
top
not-
5
I'm-
games?
yeah, I'm
Link's
not
Awakening and
spending
Final
more
Fantasy
time,
Tactics
'cause
are brethren in
Ben,
many
we-
ways.
We need to get matching PJs and stream games together.
That'd be so
Let's
great.
stream Final Fantasy Tactics
Sl-
hard
So
mode.
Jeffrey, are you looking
I said,
for
like,
a place to
hard
live?
mode, though.
Is it a hard mode?
Slumbro Party?
Slumbro Party.
Slumbro
yes,
Party?
absolutely. I've been
Slumbros?
I've been playing
Yeah,
through
yeah.
Final Fantasy.
Pounding some Slumbros, my Slumbro.
I have been playing through Final Fantasy Tactics recently on an emulator again on my computer, and like, it's kind of easy. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
now that
Whoa.
There's a hack of the game that does make it more
That's-
difficult, and
it's version 1.4 or
Something
whatever.
like that,
it's
yeah.
a Final Fantasy Tactics difficult mode. I don't know. There's a bunch
there's
of different
a
things.
bunch of weird names for
But
it.
like-
Not familiar with
it's the game balanced to be a very difficult
Okay.
strategy.
There's definitely hard
approach.
parts.
Sure.
In just Final Fantasy.
Yes, yeah, but it's tuned so that the thing is difficult all the way through. It's apparently very difficult.
Yeah.
But let's take it on together. Sweet
takes
Prince.
individual battles that are
'Cause
big pains in the
normally
dick
you-
and just spreads that across the whole game.
Yes, every battle sucks.
Yeah.
Normally, I kind of rush to get a summoner, and then you cast Golem, and then you negate whole
Yes.
halves of, like half of the
Yep.
army.
You cast Moogle until you level up
Yeah.
Summoner enough to get Golem. You get Golem, and then you are untouchable by
That
any
carries
physical
you
units.
A good portion. Of
Yep.
the game. Anyway, that's not really
Relevant.
what we're.
the
talking
moral
about.
of the
That's
story,
just-
though.
Sorry,
That
yes.
segment has been things that I like.
Biscuit, I want to
we,
stream.
we get
Also
to
Jeff.
some Patreon goals. Slumbro Party will happen.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
it'll be after I kill myself by eating cheesecake for a
Well,
week.
kill
I'm happy
Oh,
to help
wow.
make
Part
you
of it,
cheesecakes, Ben.
Cheese queek.
I'll help eat cheesecake if it lets us stream
Queeze
Final
shake?
Fantasy
Queeze
Tactics.
Okay, I'm sorry. After Legend of Zelda, Sonic.
Sonic Adventure DX. So
It is.
Sonic Adventure 2, I didn't do this part, recorded this same do the mission stuff for each of the levels. I think I've explained this on mic, partly because if you've ever played Sonic Adventure 2 Battle and tried to do the A rank all the missions, they are garbage level hard. They are all but I think a small all but maybe 10% of them are score based.
I will do that.
Which
nobody.
means that not only is it get to the end in X minutes, it's get to the end in X minutes and also collect enough rings and defeat enough enemies to get a big, crazy score thing. It's not a cheesecake. Whereas Sonic Adventure DX doesn't really do that. Are you blinking in semaphores like Morse code?
I was thinking about eating a ton of cheesecake so we could get a Final Fantasy Let's Play going, and I just suddenly got into the Warrior 1,000-yard stare thing, thinking about how I would dominate cheesecake for that. I didn't mean it to be so distracting that you literally had to stop your sentence.
God.
I was trying to have my moment over here, but
Over in the corner of the screen.
now
next to
I've described it for you.
oh my God.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Oh, but yeah, for Sonic Adventure, it's more reasonable. It's you beat the level.
Yeah.
We've already done all that. Then you beat the level in a time limit, which for some of these are gonna be easy.
Whatever,
Yeah.
anyway.
That's the third one. The second one is do it with 50 rings, which again, if you're careful, not hard. You don't have to beat a time. You don't have to beat a score. You just have to get to the end.
It's
Yeah.
still a lot
Money.
of stuff to do.
It is, but it's way people were like, "Oh, you should have streamed the stuff for Sonic Adventure 2 Battle." I was like, that was a miserable 20 to 25 hours with that
Yeah.
fucking game. I was letting other stuff export, watching YouTube videos and stuff while just going oh,
So
fuck.
missions
Start again.
suck
Fuck.
dick because you have to find them. At least
Yeah.
the challenges and the level things are known quantities. There's
Yeah.
no effing about. There's if you fuck it up, you're like,
the
fuck.
dicking around in the level for an hour or two, being like, I wonder if
Some
it's
of them are
here.
great,
I wonder
right?
if it's
I'm
there.
looking
on
forward.
top of the train.
I'm looking
Yeah,
forward to
right.
the Knuckles ones because Knuckles, it's beat the level without using a hint ball. It's so I can go at whatever the fuck pace I want
just
and just
hammer it.
float around the level until it goes beep 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 and go, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, or just like know where they are.
Yeah, E102 is
They
gonna suck.
move. They're
Well, yeah, but
randomly
there's
generated.
specific spots. It'll randomly generate
Yes.
in one of those spots.
There's a
but if you know
lot
the
of spots is the
are
problem.
there?
There might not be as many in Sonic Adventure 1. In 2, there were literally like up to like 30 different places they could be in a level. And some of those levels are huge. Not as bad in Sonic Adventure though. So knowing where they're like hot spots might make it a little
Sonic
bit better.
Adventure 2, yeah. Sonic Adventure 1 is not as bad.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's what that's going to be. Big is just going to be catch a big ass fish and then catch Froggy.
Nobody basically is saying you
So-
should get Big's last lure to make that better.
I will probably look around for it. I don't know. I'm not too bothered about the upgrades, to be dead honest. But getting the big lure will probably help for the 2,000 gram fish that we got to catch. What was I gonna say? But yeah, so that's Sonic Adventure DX, and then we finally break away from like. I think at this point it's almost 2 solid years of the space between Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure DX. And all of the stuff in between and the redoing of stuff. Granted, Sonic Mania, Sonic Forces, Sonic Mania Plus all were in there too.
Sonic Spinball.
Pretty embarrassing that Sonic Mania, that Sonic Forces took as long as Sonic
Don't ever
Mania.
say that in front of me.
Sonic Mania and Sonic Forces, I think we did in about exactly the same amount of time. That's how little content actually was in Sonic 4. You can go back and do mission modes for that too. I'm not doing it.
Oh, but we haven't earned all of the T-shirts for our avatar, Rick.
Oh, great. I can get my Sonic shirt.
Yeah.
Hooray.
Sonic.
Fuck that game.
Yeah.
What a terrible game.
I watched
Is
this.
it the
Gotta go
worst?
fast.
It's one of the worst. There are worse.
Yeah.
We've played some that are worse. We have yet
yeah.
to play some that are worse. But Sonic Forces is bad.
I watched a speed run recently of Sonic Forces from GDQ, and the biggest time loss in the whole fucking speed run
Loading screens
is rewards.
Oh yeah, just
In
like clink, ding,
in
ding,
every
ding,
level, they try to get below an S rank,
just to prevent
so
rewards.
they don't get free T-shirts and hats and bullshit. So there's some levels they can't avoid it. And every time there were like reward screens, everybody in the audience was yelling, "Reward, reward, reward!" Because it goes on for like, as we remember, 15 fucking seconds.
Yeah.
I gotta watch that. That sounds hilarious.
It was
That
a
sounds
really
great.
good speed run. It was a
Nice.
it was a fun. It's actually, funnily enough, the game is a good speed run when you try to avoid the game. Like you power through it, you cheese it, and you avoid all of the bullshit that is tacked onto it, like all the weird rescue missions and
Oh yeah,
customizing your avatar and dumb shit like that.
yeah.
Anyway.
Go with the default red bird or
I
whatever.
really
the hell it
love
is,
watching
or
speedruns,
cat.
especially the ones that are like super glitchy and
Oh, yeah,
like,
those are a
lot of fun.
weird.
Technical
They're
Yeah,
saying the
runs.
chat has stopped scrolling in the streams.
whoops. Let me fix that.
What's wrong with you, YouTube?
Usually the YouTube one doesn't do this.
Also,
I'm
we
a
get
little
Sonic
surprised.
and
Yeah, I was
Sega
supposed to say, I thought
All-Star
YouTube was
Racing,
different.
Where Toad's gonna pause for the Banjo Kazooie
Oh.
Let's Play. Yeah,
Banjo Kazooie.
Is it not going to like
I've
show
never
up
played
now?
Banjo Kazooie.
Oh.
Okay, our chat just
You're missing out.
Oh, it's just
is
just as a fucking you then.
Dead.
dead.
Fuck you.
That's cool.
Does it have to be uninterrupted from the beginning or something?
God, I hope not.
That doesn't make
I'm
a
gonna
lot of
I'm gonna let it
sense.
sit for a minute here, and then maybe it's like we're having a
Can you
blip or
also
something.
actually chat? Okay, we're still
Yeah,
getting
we're still got our
Yeah,
actual
the
chat down
actual
here.
chat's
Live
working
chat.
and the
fine.
video will have
We
that on
can-
the side. I guess it's not that big of a deal for the YouTube one, but
It just means that
Sucks
like when
now.
people are watching the video
Yeah.
later, if they are, they won't have any
so
idea.
on
what we're
YouTube it'll
responding to.
show this, but if you watch it on like an Xbox, it won't. So
Yeah.
it
Oh
does help
yeah,
to
okay.
have
I
that.
guess it doesn't matter as much even then anyway.
Okay, so we were discussing
Sorry for
Sonic.
that.
How
one
good
person that's
Banjo
watching this
Kazooie is.
Well, that's yes, but that wasn't what we were
Excellent.
discussing. We mentioned Sonic Adventure, finishing it, and like
Moving
doing
on.
well on courses and being done with it.
Yes. So the list of stuff we have left in Sonic Adventure DX is
I hope
do
it's a
those
short
do those
list.
extra emblems,
Mhm.
and then I'm probably gonna do a Chow raising stream.
Ugh.
God, why do you hate yourself so much?
I actually, I
No.
think in
Oh.
Sonic Adventure 2, I like bought that game when it came out.
Oh,
when
yeah,
I
me
was
too.
younger, and
Yeah.
like spent a lot of time with the
Raised Chow.
chows and like really enjoyed having
Yeah.
little pets.
Yep.
Ah.
And then
Little
2004
Sonic
happened. And you went,
Tamagotchis.
oh
Yeah.
wait, no.
No,
Well, yeah,
I'm done with
yeah.
virtual.
I
Wait,
did
no,
that
I
already.
have a life.
No,
Yeah.
Final
No.
Fantasies. I actually had a dream recently that Rick and Ben and Sarah
Yes,
and
you did.
I, and also CJ,
What's up, CD Gamer?
did a stream of Neopets.
Oh,
Well, what does that even mean?
I don't know. I like how things make sense in a dream where the situation's totally normal and you wake up and you're like, no, it wasn't.
Like that was weird.
Yeah, somehow we did it we tried to speed run Neopets or something.
Oh, how do you speed run Neopets?
I don't know.
There are ways to do it.
I
Apparently.
haven't played Neopets in 17 years.
No, I just no. What's your end game with that though? I just
I don't know what.
There's
the goal
no
is.
end game in Neopets. Like
as long as you set,
they
a
can
goal,
level
you can
up.
speed run to that.
okay,
goal.
all right. That's what I'm saying. It's like, what are you speed running to? It's not like it's a storyline game. That's all.
Yeah, if you speed
Right.
run
See,
to
like
max level,
Neopets
or-
doesn't have an ending. They actually don't die. They just get very hungry and sad.
No, they leave you.
Oh, that's
Yeah. They're like,
Better?
you didn't take good care of me.
Yeah,
I'm
there we
gonna
go.
go
Feed
find
me,
someone
yeah.
who likes me, and
There
they
we go.
run away from you.
Actually, every time I've
Oh,
ever
there's the
signed
chat.
back in, and sometimes I've signed back in after being gone for like 2 years, my Neopets are always still there. They're just sad and hungry.
Yes.
And then I give
I
them
have no
food.
idea what my old account information used to be, so my Neopet is locked in a house that it can't escape from forever.
No, it just left you, man.
I never signed up for
It
Neopets,
tried.
so
It
I
wa-
have not disappointed any Neopets.
Well, all right.
Neopets was fun. It was honestly for the games that they had that I would play.
Neopets speedrun coming when we have 100,000 subscribers.
It is really weird to me that Neopets.
I'd do a stream of Neopets if people wanted to see that.
this is
like-
important. What
for
pets
a
do you
goal.
like, Sarah?
Terrible online Pokemon.
Oh gosh, I don't remember exactly. It was
I don't
probably
remember
stuff
any of the
like the
names.
little
Yeah,
like
not a single
wolf
one.
things or cat
Remember there was
things or like
some
little dragon things.
thing that's got two
Something
antennas.
adorable. No, it's
That
gonna
was
be-
usually on the front page.
It's gonna be a Patreon goal.
Oh God!
Rick will
yeah.
get to
What thing is
pick.
a Patreon
Sarah can
goal?
make that a Patreon goal. I want nothing to do with
This
Neopets.
will literally be a case
Aw,
of a
nobody
dream coming
basically.
true.
I love you too.
If I can remember, if
I
I
guess,
manage to
yeah,
remember
heart.
what the goal was in
Uh,
my dream, I
there
will
it
let
is.
you all know.
Was it to beat the pinball table?
No,
No.
nope, I would have remembered that. I
Fair enough.
still don't know. Anyway, I did a terrible job. I redirected us to Neopets instead of what's
Well,
after
no.
Sonic.
We can
Oh,
actually.
well,
This
that's
is
a
a,
little
this is a good.
different.
This is a good segue over to the modern day Neopets, which is Pokemon.
Yeah.
Oh, Pokemon.
So I hit. I got to the Battle Lieutenant Surge, cleared that. It is now over to John. I'm actually editing as we speak. Well, not as we speak right this second, but I am in the process of editing John's episodes with Dave over in California of that same segment. He recorded 2.5 hours, and then at the very end of it, they sign off after the SSN, and John goes like, "All right, so that was a pretty good day of stuff. We probably got like 5 episodes." I was like, 2.5 hours.
John can't do
is
math.
not
it's fine.
5 episodes. Like it's probably a good 8 or 9, if not 10.
Oh, I might have framed.
But-
Oops.
John can't do math. It's fine.
Yeah. So,
that's why you.
but so that's gonna be coming over the next couple weeks.
we gotta have
No,
like
it's
a
okay. I
little
was just not
timer
expecting it.
that everyone can see when we're recording.
That's what I do with this. I'll have the recording
Yeah.
thing up,
Oh,
and
yeah,
I'll put the magnifier on so you can see how long
Yeah,
I've been
that's
recording
right.
for. I want to get ultimately. I've seen a bunch
It's just
of these
that
like
you
a-
keep track of it and I don't.
Yeah.
The LED
Keep track of
timer.
Yeah, there's like a or LCD, big liquid crystal display timer, and
Yep.
stick it above the TV. And there are some that have remotes you can set and be like, "All right, I'm just gonna start." Anytime we like, "Hey everybody, welcome to the deep end," like that's our 0. And
Yeah.
then when we're in the vicinity of 15 minutes, that's what we call it, or 30, depending on what we're doing.
Be a good upgrade.
But yeah, hopefully John remembers to name all his Pokemon this time. Hopefully at some point,
Our matching.
we got our
Our
matching.
matching slippers. Show
matching
show
slippers.
everyone our matching slippers. Look at how
you guys are
that's-
super cute.
That's adorable.
This explains why when I asked you if you needed any slippers, you were like, "Nope."
I've
'Cause
never.
those were the ones I got for Rick.
Yeah,
so.
I've never worn slippers before. I was always do like heavy socks or whatever.
yeah.
Yep.
And my
Yep.
parents just got these for me for Christmas out of nowhere. It wasn't like, oh, I really want.
These are what I was
slippers.
offering to get you too. I was like, "I'll get you some nice LL Bean slippers."
I didn't know. I didn't know that this was a thing that you can put on your feet. I didn't
Tragedy.
know that this thing
tried
that you
to
put on your feet
explain.
feels the way that this thing
Mhm.
feels. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry I didn't trust you in the first place. I was ignorant.
Well, I got you some fluffy llama socks instead because that was what you said you wanted.
And they were fantastic llama socks. They're made out of real llama.
Alpaca,
Alpaca,
see.
llama, whatever.
whatever it was.
Alpacas are the nice ones.
The point I'm trying to make here is I'm the best at gift giving.
if John did record 10 episodes and he's only got one more episode to fight Lieutenant Surge, then our third face-off is going to be the 1000th Pokemon Rivals episode.
Ooh, that would
Dang.
be cool.
Yeah.
1000th?
Nobody
1000th.
basically says that
1000th.
you were about to say something about John nicknaming Pokemans.
Dang.
Yeah, hopefully he remembers the nickname is Sandshrew. He never nicknamed it the Sandshrew he caught
Oh,
in the second leg of the journey. So this is a call out. John, I know you're watching. somehow.
yeah. Okay, yeah.
We'll see if
John's
he deletes
definitely watching.
But yeah, so hopefully he does that. Pokemon Gen 8 though, Sword and Shield.
Let's talk about that.
What a pretty ass looking game.
Let's talk about the starters. Cool Fire
Cool.
Bunny and then 2 piles of garbage.
No, it's cool. It's cool. It's cool Fire Bunny,
Cool Fire Bunny.
adorable Sad Buddy, and thing.
Yeah. Cool Fire Bunny, sad
Monkey.
water chameleon.
Monkey bro.
Brookie does not.
one-
Brookie
It's a
sounds like
monkey
slur.
parrot. It's
One
100.
pile
It's a
of
monkey
garbage.
parrot.
It's not a parrot. Some monkeys just have kind of like rounder
It
sort of.
just looks kind of like,
like,
a. It like
I'm-
looks like
Donkey
it's
Kong
more
and Diddy
like.
Kong literally have the same thing over
No,
their
I'm just
faces.
saying it looks more kind of like feathers than fur, and like something about the coloration. I don't know. It just looks kind of like a parrot thing going on too, as well.
I'm down for
Whatever.
Sobble. That's
Is,
what's up.
I'm in between Sobble
Whatever.
and
I'm,
Score Bunny.
I'm sorry. No, Sobble is cool.
Ben, no. Oh God.
Ben, you
It's
shut your
just-
damn mouth.
Ben is worst
Sobble's
he's had
cool.
now.
I
He has enough troubles in his life.
but I don't know what the fuck is up with that grass.
Yes,
Pokemon.
the
It looks
starters
so
for
bad.
each Powerpuff Girls. I saw those. Those were funny.
The evolutions are going to be really key in the final decision.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to see them before. I'm going to because the internet makes it impossible not to.
Oh,
Yeah.
I always
But-
base my decision on which starter based on the final evolution.
Yeah, it's what you
I usually
end
go
up
based
with.
off the starter because I like to
But
see
you only
do
get
I
that for like
okay
10
and-
minutes, and then you level up 14 times, and then you get it.
I don't know, man.
Surely
I just
Ben and
never
Sobble
let
have
it
the most in
level
common.
up.
That's
It's
Ouch.
part of the
Probably.
spirit of Nuzlocke.
Ouch.
You gotta love what you got. I've got Mr. Bucket for God's sake.
Love the one you
I have a Weeping Bell that one day will become an evil Mr. Bucket that crawls along the ground on its lips.
Oh God.
What the fuck?
Actually, no, that's what Weeping Bell kind of does. Victory Bell sits on its ass. It does become more of a bucket at that point.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
kind of want. I want a starting trio that's not fire, grass.
It's never gonna happen.
water.
They will.
No,
never
they're
do
always
it.
going to do that trio.
The only
I
alternative.
do agree, though. It
Eevee,
would make sense if
like
they did
things along
something
that-
else.
those
It's kind of
like
how
that.
they build the progression of like the game.
Yeah.
They show you more types over time and
Just
show
do-
you new.
It's the
weaknesses.
only-
Do something
It's
else,
one of
man.
only two
Yeah.
clean
I feel
typing triangles in the game.
Yeah, and then you get
The other one's
your,
like
what,
fighting
dark and
Fairy, I
psychic.
think. I think it's fighting dark and no, because Fairy's good against fighting in dark.
Because you need a full circle, right?
It's-
Yeah.
it would-
Fighting is good against dark. Is good against psychic. Is good against
No.
fighting.
Yeah.
Right, but the resistances don't quite match up the other direction. For grass, fire, and water, each of them is strong against is super effective against one and not effective against the other, or less effective against the other. I forget which one of those. Like maybe psychic doesn't resist
psychic-
fighting.
Psychic doesn't affect dark, right? is
That
immune to
you're right.
psychic.
Yeah. Dark is immune to psychic. That's the one. So that
So
does
just
make it
fucking
slightly different. They did.
Change that.
They
Like,
did that though. That was Gen 6 did that with
Yeah, but they still start with grass, fire.
they did,
water.
but
like-
then they get
Mr. Bucket's the MVP.
psychic, dark, and fighting by the end of it.
just I don't know. Just do something.
So dark psychic fighting, yeah.
make them dual type from the very beginning or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just do something.
Yeah.
More
Not-
something more interesting.
I actually, before we came on stream, we were discussing this sort of not as in depth, but I was like, wouldn't it be neat if they introduced like triple typing
Yeah,
or like dominant typing or some sort of switching
I would
typing,
love to see
some
a dominant
third.
typing thing come in where it's like it's not quite you are fire and flying. It's like you're flying with a subtype of
Yes.
you're fire with a
You're
subtype
a
of
water,
flying,
but
and
you're sub steel and you
right,
know,
like some kind of
ground or
thing
something. I
to
don't know.
mix it up a little bit. I would love to see that. I would assume they're not doing that anytime
What was
soon.
the
but I would like to see
off-brand?
it.
Tired.
What was the off-brand
Well, they-
Pokemon
that's why
thing
they're
that
gonna
was
mix it up.
fan-made where you had the like skeleton turtle? and
Pokemon Insurgents.
Yes, because wasn't that like a dark fairy fighting triangle?
Yeah, because Bulbasaur, Delta
Zippy Zap
Bulbasaur was
better not be
fairy.
in Sword and
Yeah.
Shield.
Delta Charmander was Ghost, and Delta Squirtle was Dark.
Yeah, but it was always like dark fighting.
He
or
became
something.
Dark Fighting. Yeah, it was interesting. It basically became a Pancham Pangoro by the end of it. It was neat. I like those ones too. So
wait, I missed everybody's preference. Where are we at?
I'm stuck between Score Bunny and Sobble.
Okay, Scorbunny Sobble. Not going to decide.
I can't. I can't. I gotta see the final I gotta see the last one.
Okay.
Of the 3 starters,
right now,
Well,
of the starter
okay, if you had to
starters
pick
of
one.
the completely unevolved starters, Score Bunny is a clear front runner.
Okay.
Then Sobble. Then the one I can't be
Grookey.
arsed to remember is fucking
Yeah,
name.
is it Grooky or Grooky? Because the
think it's
groove thing makes
Grookey.
it seem like it's Grooky.
Yeah,
There's
there's 2
2 O's.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
it could
so
be
it's
Grooky.
Yeah, right.
Like
yeah.
good.
It's Grook.
Good has 2 O's. Book has
Yeah.
2 O's.
Looks more like Grooky to me, though. I don't know.
Bookie.
Yeah. All right. Do you have a preference, Sarah?
Probably Score Bunny. Though I've played a mean Totodile in the
Yeah,
past.
okay.
Totodile's great.
So
Also,
I'm
like,
also
ne-
I'm Sobble.
Yeah.
You Sobble.
Yeah. Also,
Okay,
like I
interesting.
never pick the fire one because the fire
usually
ones
don't
are always
either.
garbage.
Yeah, I usually don't go fire either. I don't think I've gone fire once in all of the Nuzlocke stuff we've
Didn't-
done. I
yeah,
guess
no.
Clover, the very beginning.
Didn't
My
wait,
first one for Fire Red, I
also,
did
like,
Charmander.
I hate all
Who
the
was
fire
the-
one. All the fire ones start super cool, then end up total shit. Except for like
Charizard's
Charizard's
about
cool,
the only one.
and like Fat Cyndaquil is cool.
Fat Cyndaquil.
Oh, Typhlosion.
What was the
It's
one?
Fat
So
Cyndaquil.
lame.
What did
so
you
lame.
choose before
And then it's
Sun
just
and Moon?
punching fire thing
In Omega
every
Ruby,
time.
Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, I did Trico.
Oh, Trico.
Buddy Israel.
That's right.
Trico's like
It became a
he's
Christmas
Did
tree
you
when
have a
Mega Evolved.
fire Pokemon that was dope at the end of that, or was it an Incineroar?
Incineroar wasn't around then.
Oh, that's right.
No, I don't like Infernape.
remember.
I
I
don't
could have
really
sworn it
like
had some strong fire
Delphox.
thing, but I guess it
Delphox
wasn't.
is
the
Delphox
starter.
okay.
Delphox is okay.
but like still like not. I don't know.
Not your
Um,
favorite.
Greninja's like way cooler than
Greninja's
Delphox.
awesome. Yeah, Greninja's all 3 of them honestly from Gen 6 were pretty decent. They were all at least decent, if not cool. Like Greninja's awesome. The other
Really,
2 are
it's,
pretty good.
It's Blaziken that's ruined fire starters for me forever because I fucking hate Blaziken.
Blaziken's about the only one that I don't like
'Cause you
super
start with-
loathe that isn't.
You start with
Charmander.
Torchic. Torchic's
Bunny.
adorable. Then it's Combuskin, who's really goofy
Ugly.
and like
So ugly.
No, but he's goofy.
He's a giant
it's
drumstick
endearing. It's
with
endearing
googly
how
eyes.
goofy he is. And then you have Blaziken, and just fuck Blaziken. God damn
Which
it!
Blaziken look like?
It's a giant chicken with like bell
It's a
bottoms.
kicking chicken.
Yeah.
And like,
Oh.
oh my god, it's the
Finger licking,
worst.
kicking chicken.
It's just
Gotcha.
the worst. It's also like overpowered as fuck. In like a lot of. I hate that.
I see.
See, for
I
me,
did not
it's,
know.
And then Tepig, adorable. And it turns
Yeah.
into a fat punching pig. Like, come on.
Yeah, the firefighting
Yep.
types almost universally do not interest me. Like, it's like, who? I don't care about those. Gotta sneeze.
Bless you.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, the firefighting dudes, I'm not interested in, like, ever.
Man.
They just don't. They're so samey and boring. It's like, oh look, it's the 4th firefighting one
Yeah, like-
again.
Oh,
Give me a fucking
what a
break.
combo.
Yeah, we got the only other ones we got besides that were what? Charizard was fire flying.
Chikorita.
Delphox was fire psychic, and then Typhlosion was just fire.
Fire.
I will fight you
Hooray.
about Totodile. Totodile is excellent.
Gen 2
I
is
was-
hilarious.
I was arguing with somebody else.
Gen 2 is hilarious to me because they didn't have secondary types at all.
Nope.
Yeah, they're just.
It was like, wow, way to take a cool concept and boring it down more.
Yeah, even Venusaur was grass poison.
Yep, grass poison. Charizard was fire flying.
Blastoise
Water
is just
didn't-
water.
Yeah, water didn't get a secondary
Water
type
didn't get
until
anything.
Mudkip, I think, when that one fully evolves is like water ground, I think.
Yeah.
For is it Quagsire or what's the big one? Because Quagsire is the middle
Marshtomp.
one. Marshtomp. Yeah, there we go. Which is great because it means it's immune to electricity, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, that's useful.
Also, grass kind of fucks it up.
But
But
grass
yeah,
does ruin its life.
Still, water ground is a pretty solid.
Totodile
target
is the only correct choice in Gold and Silver. Cyndaquil is okay, but it grows up to be
Totodile.
horrible. And
It's just
Chikorita
it just
is
gets
a
fat. I love it.
Chikorita is a booger. It's a booger Pokemon that becomes a yellow booger
Oh,
Pokemon that becomes a
fighting words.
booger with leaves floating around it.
You're
That
gonna
whole
start
line
some
is
shit. Somebody
terrible.
else just said Chikorita's the best starter.
No, Chikorita's not
Oh.
the best starter. You're
Chikorita-
wrong.
Now I'm saying fight me. It's all about that Totodile.
Galaxy
Yeah.
Brain starters evolve into grass,
Oh,
fire,
no.
fire, water, and water.
That'd
grass
be incredible. I would be 100,000,000% about something that weird.
Types. Hey, at least
Yeah.
you're doing something different.
yeah.
You know,
The rumors right now are
I know you're
that
kind of making a joke,
Score
but like that
Bunny-
would be interesting.
Sure.
there are some rumors that Score Bunny might be fire electric, which would be different. There's rumors that Grookey is going to be Grass Rock, which would be definitely different. I don't know of any Pokemon that are that combo.
Yeah, and then we'll get Water Sad.
Yes.
Water Sad.
I've heard Water Ghost as a possibility for it.
That kind of makes
No,
sense.
Ghost Water would be nasty.
I mean, Ghost is basically sad, so...
Ghost is a
right?
fucking
Sure.
excellent type to
Sure.
have, especially early game.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
the
I thought
earlier
you'd
you can get
Ghost
it.
until the
Yeah.
third evolution.
But the earlier you can get it, the more broken it is in Pokemon, because so many dudes are using just normal type attacks for all of that.
Lileep is Grass Rock, says Alex Britt.
Lileep, that's right, the fossil.
What else we got?
That makes sense. That's fair.
Yeah. I actually really liked what's the evolved
Amaranth?
one? No.
Oh,
Lileep and Credilli.
Credilli.
I really liked
right.
Credilli. I used it in one of my teams.
Yeah.
Plus, it just looks goofy and cool. I really like goofy looking Pokemon.
No.
Yeah. Oh, what? A revelation.
Sandra's asking if you're familiar with TFS plays. They chose Chikorita.
TFS plays. There's just Chikorita as a joke in their Silver Nuzlocke and hated him until he outlasted every single other Pokemon due to his tankiness, and then they loved him.
I do love
I mean,
a beefy Pokemon.
That's how that stuff tends to go. Like most of the Pokemon that have saved my ass in Nuzlocks have been ones
Have
that
been
I'm like,
beefo
"Ugh."
cakes. Duh.
I was about to say, my Slowpoke, Slowbro.
Oh,
was
Slowbro's like one of my favorite Pokemon. He's so good.
I've never been interested
goofy
in
incarnate.
Slowpoke
Yeah.
or Slowbro as Pokemon,
but he's also like a workhorse.
Sure.
yeah, saved my ass in
He's
a
a
big
beef
way.
tank.
The only survivor for me in
He's
that.
the
I think.
perfect
Yep.
combination for me. Super goofy and good.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go. So
Um,
Tonka.
But yeah,
Yeah.
so
All right.
Pokemon
goofy
Gen
and
8
good.
looks awesome. I'm very excited for that. Odds
So
are it's
pumped.
coming out.
Speaking of Tonka.
Odds are it's coming out like November 21st, 2019, just based off of like how, or actually no, it'd be the other way. So yeah, I think it'd be like the 22nd or something. They always do it
Okay.
like the weekend, like right before Thanksgiving, like about a week before Thanksgiving. So
Mhm.
it'll be
Get
right
available
around there,
for
I guess.
Christmas.
Yep. So that's my expectation, which is good because we'll presumably be done with Let's Go Pokemon and Ecomon
Let's
right around then.
Oh my
Let's
god,
go
yes.
Pokemon. Do we have
Pokemon
anything else that
versus
we need
Echo
to
the
talk
Dolphin.
about?
Let's go Eevee Mon.
I want to make sure we don't miss anything.
Oh, actually, I got the thing up over there. Spyro the Year of the Dragon. We're coming down to the end of that. We're in the
Almost
final
done.
world.
Spyro.
So we'll probably record
Yeah,
some of
we're
that
getting
tomorrow.
close.
And then I think we've probably got, in total, no more than 3 weeks worth of stuff left. I think that's probably...
That's probably accurate.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And that depends on how things go at the very end of it. Let's see, Resident Evil, we've been picking that back up again. I got to get CJ back over here to do some more. We've made it over to the lab.
Yeah, I feel like we want to get
The
to
Aqua
Resident
Ring.
Evil 2.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Let's get there.
Our original goal, we were hoping to, like, at first, before CJ decided that I was going to do Chris's story for Resident Evil, I was like, oh man,
Say no to money
we're going
bags
to
at
have to
Crystal
drag this out
Islands,
a little
yes.
bit to make sure that we don't just have a huge gap before Resident Evil 2 comes out. And then we started, and then CJ got super busy, and I got super busy, so we weren't able to record very often. And now it's like, oh yeah, Resident Evil 2, that came out like a month ago. Whoops.
Yeah, you should just drop Resident Evil 1. Just, like,
I mean,
you're right,
we're pretty far into it at this point, and we are
oh.
making good progress now. So I think we probably have, I don't know, another like 15 to 20 episodes of that left, I guess.
Yeah.
And then we'll be done there.
Right.
What else? Kingdom Hearts, we just recorded some earlier tonight. We're going to record some more tomorrow.
Yeah.
So that's going to be back on track. We owe you guys an extra episode, which we've already recorded. So
I'm
Final
really,
Disney.
I feel bad that I don't like Kingdom Hearts. really
I don't
do.
understand
You
why you
should.
don't like
No, it's
it
fine.
personally.
I really don't.
I mean, Kingdom Hearts
There's
1 took a
something-
lot to get me invested in it.
I
to be
liked
honest.
Kingdom Hearts. I don't
There's
know.
something about
I
it.
like-
I don't know.
Not to go forward in time, but I'm pretty sure I said in the episode, like, in order to like Kingdom Hearts, you have to like some action in your RPG. Like,
Yeah,
it is
which
not
I'm
a
all
traditional. Goddamn, it's not a traditional.
Just leave it there.
Yeah, it's not a traditional.
Be responsible with this.
I will. It's not a traditional JRPG. You have like an action element to it and positioning and things like that.
If anything, it's very Super Nintendo era Square Enix.
I don't know. Maybe that's
It
why
fits
I like
in
it.
a lot with like the Secret of Mana style gameplay of like run and gun, like
It's
stabby
not,
things. And
it's not
Secret of
necessarily
Mana, I could
anything
see.
about the mechanics or the gameplay. It's just something about the. I don't
it's a little.
know.
It's always a little
Yeah.
clumsy
Just
to
the
control in the middle of a battle.
just the aesthetic of the game and
it's
like
so-
the
I don't know.
whole,
I
like,
always liked him. I got into him.
the JRPG belt character
I'm
plus
gonna-
Disney. I'm just like I don't care.
I'm gonna distill it down for you in a couple words. There's so much anime shit.
I mean,
Like,
yes.
The Hearts of the Darkness and the
But,
Friend.
like,
and
he
the
watches
Friend and
anime
Betrayal.
shit all the time.
There's
No,
also
but it's like
Pete.
it feels very
Pete.
generic anime shit.
Sure, it's
That's
very
fair.
it's very
It's not
tropic,
like-
and it follows all the Disney movies, so it's old and new at the same time.
It's
Yeah.
so hard for some of these the tone is hard to make mesh between the very Western styled Disney character like motivations and plots with the very Eastern styled like RPG style like Final Fantasy-esque moments of intrigue that they just like go blah, and like smash them together and you're like, Mickey is fighting demons and like, what? Wait, no.
We have a pro tip for you.
Yeah.
You keep forgetting your shortcut menu. So
I
don't
used it a bunch
forget
in this and it
I
didn't.
definitely feel
Alright,
like
well,
I had less trouble fighting than you did.
I just want to make sure in case that was like,
But-
oh shit,
Maybe
yeah.
you were
No,
level.
we used it in the episode that we recorded.
But
Kill
yeah,
La Kill is
I-
an excellent
I
show.
like
That is a
animes.
fact.
Yeah.
I'm not like
That one is a good
huge.
one.
I'm not huge into anime. It's like usually like I gotta like find the right one for me, and then
Yeah.
I'll really enjoy it. Like One Punch Man is awesome.
Yeah,
My
My
Hero
Hero
Violence.
Academia. I love
Sure.
that show.
sure.
Or Bakano Hero
You should
Academia.
you should go watch Madoka Magica. You should all go watch Madoka
So like, there's a
Magica.
couple
Well,
that I
well
really
imagined
like,
Madoka
but it's like
Magica,
it's not just like I like anime. There's specific ones I like, and yeah, I don't know. Kingdom Hearts is just like it feels like it's the whole like belts, darkness, edgy.
Yes.
the
thing
heart
plus
light, heart,
Disney. I'm like,
darkness, light.
I don't know, man.
The thing-
Maybe I'm not watching Mob Psycho, but I started it and haven't finished it, and I gotta start it back from the beginning. What I did see, I really liked. So yes, I gotta watch Mob Psycho 100. But what was I saying? I don't know. Fuck Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah. So
that's the moral. of my
Heart,
story.
darkness, light.
I'm like 50-50
Just
on
like-
the game because I appreciate certain elements of it, and
Yeah.
then certain elements seem like they're kind of shotgun together in terms of like mechanics and
Oh, that's
like I feel like the difficulty curve is like nothing. You get your ass kicked.
Yeah.
Nothing. Like it's not a game you struggle through that hard. Like in Final Fantasy. Question mark. Like
It's
in
more
a
of a
Final
stable
Fantasy
kind
game,
of
yeah,
like, oh man, we're getting through this area. These monsters are really taking down my stuff. I gotta get to town so I can buy some more fucking potions and hidden in and like
yes,
crap.
Yeah, it's more of an evolving story than it is a really difficult and tactical game challenge. Which isn't to say like it's bad. Like I still, I kind of like a chiller game on occasion, and I'm sure that there are hard bosses. And again, I've only ever played Kingdom Hearts 1, so I don't have the final say on this. But I feel like the difficulty curve's a little gentler. The story is a lot more intense. So you're paying a lot more attention to the story than thinking like, oh my god, if I can just get to another town and get some more potions, then I can stop using all my mana or something like that. It's not hyper tactical, and it sure does get there eventually. But
I got two things. I remember what I was going to say about Kingdom Hearts.
oh, good.
In that I feel like maybe if I had played it when it came out, it would mean more to me. That's
And then the 12-year long.
Yeah.
Oh, I swear.
See, that's
we're
my
dead.
problem. I
Kingdom Hearts
played
really
Kingdom
any
Hearts. I
day
played Kingdom
now.
Hearts 1, Chain of Memories,
Day.
Kingdom Hearts 2, and then stopped caring
And the second thing is
because they never.
I have seen some of Assassination Classroom, but I was watching it on some like tube site, and I can't remember where the fuck I left off with it. So that's another one I'll probably have to restart until I figure out where the fuck I was. And it was really good. I liked Assassination Classroom. So
Oh god, the bonus boss for Kingdom Hearts 2, great.
Oh, hooray!
Yeah, that was totally not torture in Kingdom Hearts 1 at all. Great.
They wasn't that bad the first time you played them because there weren't all the extra bosses they added for Final Mix. When I played it the first time, there was just like
There were
two.
they only added one for Final Mix. And
Really?
It was the
was-
Unknown Man.
I'm just saying the other ones then they weren't that bad because I defeated them.
Well, we'll
I don't know.
see. Yeah,
Yeah.
we still got a lot of game to plow through.
It also
so.
sounded like I was under-leveled for some of those. to
Oh,
start
well, you
with,
get to
so-
level 99 first because that's
Well,
another
there-
requirement.
Oh, gee, I wonder why it was easy then.
Oh.
Well, no, it's one of the requirements for 100% of the game is you get to level 99 first.
Oh God!
Sorry, no, that's Kingdom Hearts 2. I'm thinking
Yeah,
of
I was
Kingdom
like,
Hearts
that
2.
was definitely not a requirement because it was like
Kingdom Hearts 2 you do.
the recommendation for fighting the Unknown Man and Sephiroth was
Okay.
like, you probably want to get to level 99 first. I'm like, oh, fair,
Just
okay.
in case.
I will acknowledge the calls for more Danganronpa in chat, but I don't know.
What else we got?
I still haven't watched the actual streams. I guess maybe now I can't. I don't know if Ashley was posting them anywhere, but
yeah, I mean they were just saved on Twitch, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't even
I
know.
really don't like because Twitch doesn't let you keep things for very long. Except sometimes, somehow our Welcome to Bloodborne video is still on our Twitch page.
Bloodborne.
I have no idea
I wonder
how.
if there was some setting that you clicked to like save it on there for
Perma video.
I don't know, but it's been there
Was
for
it
like
the
5 years
first one
now.
you did?
Yeah,
Maybe.
yeah, it's
I-
from forever.
No, I'm just thinking if it, maybe like there's some weird your first stream is saved forever thing. I don't
I
know.
have no idea.
Spitballing here.
But it's been there forever. We were Ben and Ashley actually playing Danganronpa. But yeah, not
We
on the
were.
D-pad though. It was
We
over
were.
on Ashley's Twitch channel.
Yeah, we were
Lady
streaming it.
Sayla?
Yeah.
LADYSEYLAH.
Highlights get
That's
saved
not-
forever, says Nanocarp.
Oh,
Was the
interesting.
whole video a highlight?
I guess it got saved as a highlight or something. I don't know. But
You can highlight Twitch streams.
Yeah.
Did not do this.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All we have
interesting.
left is that golden clip.
Oh, the
I don't even know. I don't remember.
I on another day I might be able to remember it. It was some voice that you were doing while reading.
I mean,
Text or
that's the real
something.
problem.
Dude.
Is I was doing all these voices for characters, and like after like an hour and a half,
It wears on you. There's a reason
Your
my
voice
streams
is like,
start to-
fuck you.
my streams start to get very like
That's
chill
bad.
around hour 2 because like my
Yeah.
energy
yeah.
really drops off for like trying to keep track of like voices and silly shit.
Well,
Yeah,
Ben,
make
it's
my dick tingle titty club or something. What?
what did you say,
I don't like-
Benjamin?
It made my dick tingle, or like something like that.
Oh my god.
The kind of dick tingle. Oh,
Things
God.
you don't remember that
Jeez.
are surprising.
Ben, how drunk were you when you did this stream?
So I guess
Oh,
so
God.
drunk.
So drunk and high, clearly.
I don't know. It was fun doing it. It's just it's becoming harder and harder to like get time for Ashley and I to stream. So
Yeah.
it's logistically just hard. Unfortunately, there was like a period of time where like both of us had nothing to do on Fridays, and then it's. But I
Well-
don't know. Well, maybe someday when the stars are right.
Yeah.
Well, I got a thing.
Yeah.
Hey,
Super Smash Brothers Ultimate World of Light.
Yeah.
Relevant comment. Hey, what are you two guys doing tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Oh, my goodness.
I figure I'd probably be participating in Retro Roulette's second Smash Brothers Ultimate tournament around 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow Eastern time on their
Yeah.
Twitch, YouTube, somewhere.
Yeah.
you
what
sound
about
so
you, Ben?
confident, babe.
I think that I will be Rick's doubles partner for the same event that Rick just said.
Oh, that sounds good.
High five! Great job.
Go team!
Rick
And Tonka's here to join
Rick
us. Yay,
got rouletted
Tonka.
Lucina,
I did.
top tier, fucking tier
Fire
war over
Emblem.
here. I got rouletted Incineroar.
Yep.
The
Which
least
I got last
compatible
time.
character for me, maybe in the game.
Yep. You couldn't come up with
Lil
a
Mac would
with a
be
more
worse for me,
anti-Yoshi character if you tried. Everything it does is the opposite of Yoshi.
Yes.
Yeah.
So part of the goal for a little bit later tonight for me is I am going to be pairing with a CPU and trying to train Ben and Rick in working as a team
Yeah.
Yes.
against me and computer friends. So we're gonna get them trained
He's
up.
going to work us hard and long and raw.
Oh,
I'm going
yes.
to watch. It's going to be good.
Yeah.
I'm
No
excited.
lube.
Mm-hmm. Also, thank you, Lissandro. Thank you for the congrats on the True Pacifist run for Undertale. There were some turns around 2/3 of the way through.
It got really good. I was surprised.
Yeah, there was a lot more happening there than I was anticipating. So yeah, that was
For sure.
good times. At some point soon, possibly in 2 weeks, depending on how the Twitter poll. Yeah, I put up a Twitter poll for everyone to help me decide what to put in that slot. It could be Undertale. It
Wait, Lisandro is Alpar?
could be other stuff.
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, it is Alpar. Oh. God damn it, that's right. I was like, I recognized
I
the
didn't
name, but I couldn't
realize.
place it. Sorry.
Yeah.
But so I put up a Twitter poll for what was going to go in that slot, which could be Undertale or could be other things, and puzzle and adventure got 35% of the vote, and platformer shooter got 35% of the vote. I was
man.
like, God damn it, because Twitter,
Good job, guys.
for
Good
some
jobs.
stupid fucking reason, only lets you do 4 options. I don't
Yeah.
understand. Like, is it just so that someone can't make a humongous list of stuff? Like, why 4, not 6?
Yeah.
Maybe. because my goal was going to be all right. Look at what people have recommended in those genres.
Super Metroid. I like it.
So Final Biscuit, I do have like a response to why we didn't just like do the last run now or do runs 1, 2, 3. So like at least for me, because I watched some of Undertale personally on the stream while Rick was doing it / talk to him about it.
Yeah,
like in between, the game really surprised us on the second run. Like.
Yeah,
we thought the the pacifist run was going to be 95% the same content until that fight.
I thought it was going to be
what's her face, the spear fish girl,
Undyne.
Until the fight with Undyne, where she'd be like, "Wait, you didn't kill anybody. Things
All right,
are
I'm out of
different
here
now."
for now,
exactly,
or something.
But it actually, there was a lot more
strong
to
deviation around the middle.
Yes.
There's an entire chapter that you only get if you, up until that point, have been pacifist. I assume that you could still go the wrong way after that.
Sure.
But that whole chapter was like a good hour-ish, maybe more.
Mm-hmm.
And then, at the end, I took my tour of the entire game world because I wanted to go see a couple specific characters at the end.
Yes.
Like, if it weren't for those two things, it would have been a 4-hour stream, maybe less.
Yeah. So, like, in my opinion, I thought it was just going to be a replay, which I think is the same.
I thought more or less because I was like, oh, well, once I left home, I did a pacifist run, so this is probably just going to be the same kind of thing for that whole stream. And then I was like, nope. Immediately, there are characters referencing that this isn't the first time you've been here. There's a lot of different dialogue and tone.
Alex Britt's saying the game's going to change a bunch on genocide.
Yeah, I assume.
That.
I believe that for sure. Like, I got a couple guesses on fights that are going to happen that haven't happened thus far and things. Like, there's going to be a lot of horrible stuff going on. And the reason... So, at first... So, I wanted to do a neutral run, and then a genocide run, and then a pacifist run so I could earn that good ending, kill everyone, then save everyone.
Right.
But when I started up the game... And the game is making it very clear that it's like leaning you directly toward a pacifist run, being like,
yeah, they hint hard. It sounds like.
Not only is it referencing it, but there's some things you can't do unless you're in your second run through the game. So it's like, okay, if I do genocide from here, am I going to have to do a regular run and again and then am I going to have to do 4 runs of it at this point? Like, I wasn't going to break how the game was trying to make it work.
Right.
There could even be some more references of things going on as I do the true reset for the final run of it. Like, there's a lot of stuff that could be going on here.
I mean, on top of all of that, I kind of like breaking up the story of it a little bit. Like, going 1, 2, 3 for streams, like, constantly and finishing the game is one thing, but it's like it's an interesting story.
Yeah.
So I kind of like the breaks in between.
That's a good point, Final Biscuit. That once you go into that area, they immediately when you get back to the elevator, it's like go directly to the castle. Like they don't let you fuck around. At that point. The elevator does it. Though if you kill the amalgamates, does that not invalidate the thing? Like how does that work?
I bet you could still fail there.
Like I don't know. That's kind of the weird part there, I guess. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt though.
No. I mean that was basically my point. I like the gap in between Undertale, and I also like the variety of games for streaming.
That's the other thing too. Is like we already have Hollow Knight, which is, I mean,
action.
At this point, I think I've seen around 2/3 of the worlds, I guess, zones I can be in. Obviously, I haven't explored them to their fullest at all yet, and we've got several more streams to go from there. But like Dark Souls, I'm gonna be at for a while. Like I've barely.
Oh yeah,
I'm one stream in and I feel like I've done nothing. So I'm gonna be at that for a while. Hollow Knight's gonna be there for a couple more months, like another month or two. Like I wanted to make sure that we're cycling stuff in at a rate where people can find something they like on a fairly regular basis. So I didn't necessarily want to just be like we're going to go directly into the last thing of Undertale, meaning it's another 6 weeks until something else comes around.
Right.
So if people vote for it, then that's what I'll do. But I want to leave it up to everybody else.
Yeah. I think it makes sense.
I'm thinking that lamb just hit me.
Oh no! It's time for the midstream break.
Oh. It's time for me to poop.
But let's see. So. Do
we have anything else? Sorry.
Trying to attack them has no effect. Okay, that makes sense. Interesting.
Ben needs some time.
I think that's probably about it for stuff
Benjamin.
to talk about. I was gonna see
Oh, dear.
if we were gonna be able to do another movie nights at the Roundtable this weekend, but I think we'll have to wait on that until maybe next weekend to try to do something, try to bring that back at long last. We obviously fell way off the trail on that to try to get that done before Endgame comes out, but we can at least try to see how far we can get with those, and maybe we can get them done by the time Endgame comes out on DVD or something.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see how that goes, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess basic Q&A time. Are there questions you guys have about stuff that we haven't answered thus far?
We got a good at least 20 minutes or so, I'd say.
Yeah, and just keep in mind that some of the answers might be, I'm not telling you. Parentheses, yes.
Harsh.
There are some things.
No. You don't need to. You're moving yourself right off the edge there, Jeffrey.
I'll lean in.
We're watching all the Sonic stuff. You haven't still. We're gonna do those one at a time. The Sonic cartoons. We got Adventure Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic Saturday Morning, Sonic Underground, Sonic X, and Sonic Boom. And we're gonna do those just one at a time as we get time to do them. Basically, those ones are a little trickier to do remotely with John because I don't know if you can tell, but when we do remote ones, it's a little harder to focus on both him and on what's happening on screen because I'm literally holding my phone like this, and he's watching the same file on his side, and we're both just kind of sitting there like he's got headphones on, but like regardless, it's still hard to focus when there's something in your ear. So I try to save Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog for when John is physically around.
Yeah, actually here.
But we'll see how things go from there. I don't know. Maybe we'll do like a marathon. They're also half an hour long, which is really long for that show. That's a bit of a drain. That show is not easy to sit through.
One of all the dead Pokemon LPs coming back. Maybe eventually we'll see.
Yeah. So Pokemon Yellow. I was debating, adding a Pokemon Yellow stream when Dragon Quest XI is up, not as a continuous thing, but at the very least the first Tuesday after that's done. To give it, to break it up, just do a long Yellow stream.
Mm-hmm.
Pokemon Insurgents is going to rely on when we're not actively doing Let's Plays of Pokemon because I want to be able to really dedicate time to it, but it's such a mentally taxing game that I cannot do streams of that. There's no way I could last more than like an hour or two at a time.
Yeah, it helps to have like a group of people around you too to like suffer through it with.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Plus, it helps to have the nicer editing on that and be able to focus on that stuff and all of that.
Right.
Pokemon Ultra Sun is going to depend again also on when John's around. Pokemon Sun post game will be when John's around. If we can get a chance, we can get that thing started. There's not a lot of post game to that game. There's less there than any of the 3DS games. So it's just a matter of getting through it. It's probably like one decent afternoon of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it really wouldn't be hard.
No.
And then Pokemon Ultra Sun, we keep talking about trying to bring that back at some point. We might make that a streaming kind of thing, depending on who we have around for stuff.
Yeah, it's so similar, though. That's the one thing that bugs me about it.
Yeah. When is Lindsay coming back? Periodically, she...
Oh, yeah. See how it is.
Wait, yeah, one that went off
XCOM,
screen.
I had a question before
I didn't
Lindsay's.
see that one there.
XCOM's going well. We just did the alien base assault. I think it's about 2/3 of the way through the game, I'd say. Probably about another third or so remaining. My plan is once we finish XCOM is to go into XCOM 2, most likely XCOM 2 War of the Chosen, though I think we'll let people sort of debate that slightly.
Are we going to play Commander Iron Man, Sarah?
What? No, we're going to play regular mode again so I can be ridiculous still. Look, Jeffrey, you just want to watch us fail continuously multiple hours in a row.
We'll pick a night. Well, we'll commit a couple of hours to trying to get a Commander Iron Man run going.
Look, Jeffrey, I've beaten Commander Iron Man before. I don't need to do it for other people's amusement while I sit there and suffer. It's just going to involve a lot of me muttering at my computer. That's the problem. It's not entertaining.
Yes. Oh, no, I think that's very entertaining. Okay, so the next question was...
when is Lindsay coming back?
Yes.
Periodically, she's been pretty busy, just in general, for like most of this past year.
Yeah.
Same as a lot of folks. Dustin is also pretty busy, so he has a hard time.
Yeah, it's not like we don't invite Lindsay. Lindsay's invited.
Yeah. I usually try to make a point of actually texting her, on like a Friday or Saturday about half of weekends just to see if she's like interested in coming around for things.
Right.
Some games obviously would interest her more than others. Like Pokemon would definitely be more, in her wheelhouse than like. She was not a fan of Kingdom Hearts, if I remember correctly.
No, not
so
really.
that would not be a good selling point for her.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, she giving Lindsay full. I don't have
Yeah.
full-time pay.
That's
Yeah,
so,
Rick full-time pay first.
If we all could do the D-pad as a full-time sole employment job,
Yeah.
you would have all of us more than you ever wanted.
if we can reach $1,000 a month on Patreon, I will. I can actually do this as a legitimate full-time thing. Because at least then I'm able to pay rent with that,
Yep.
and then the rest I can make do with at random intervals and things. But 1,000 is where that line is for me. That's the minimum, I guess, line. That's the lowest line.
We climbing the mountain slowly, but yeah.
We're up in the ballpark of like 250 right now, I think. So
Nice.
we're getting upwards of there.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like I literally spend my entire life in front of this computer, and I get paid exactly $0 of what the D-pad makes. So the D-pad as a company has zero
Yeah, my God.
employees,
Hidden millionaire fans,
including
if you're
me.
out there.
So you're right. Like, oh man, that'd be great.
But yeah, we'll try to bug Lindsay into coming back soon. She's like a leaf in the wind nowadays.
And depending too, like, I mean, we're gonna be doing a bunch of recording stuff on Saturday, but there's no reason that recording stuff can't happen to some extent on Sunday as well. And see if Lindsay's down for either of those days. So
Yep.
we'll see. We can see how that goes. Thank you, Alpar.
We definitely are.
D-pad means family.
Yeah.
You need another super video like the Michael Jackson one. In addition, I need it to not get demonetized, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That's the saddest part of that. I probably have a legal argument.
You probably do, but
I'm not risking a 560,000 view video. I'm not risking the whole channel over that because it's just far enough out there that maybe it isn't fair use, and I'm not going to go up against fucking EMI. Like,
Yeah, no.
I'm
that's
not
the
going
other
against
problem.
Sony
Even
Music.
if it is probably fair use, they have enough money to make it not
Sony-
fair
yeah.
use.
Yeah.
Sony Music has enough money to the point where I just don't exist as a person. Like, I'm not squaring off against them. On top of which, like, if a rough estimate a lot of people like to use is that like a thousand views is roughly $1 on YouTube, more or less, which would mean like $500, $550 for if that was what we were getting as a regular.
That's a
recurring
rosy
amount.
estimate, but yeah.
Yeah, it's
Nothing
usually-
got
it's
taken
usually
down. Nobody
less than that,
basically just
especially with
monetization
ad block.
of the
Yeah.
Michael Jackson
because
video.
of owned content by somebody else, it can be monetized.
Nothing
and
got
ads
taken
can
down.
Be sold
No worries, nobody. That's
on our most popular.
That's what I'm saying.
video.
Nothing got taken down. It just
Well, so to that point, like, the Michael Jackson video was actually like, you did that a while ago. That was one of my favorite things I watched even before I like really watched the D-pad on a consistent basis.
it was October 2016, I think.
Yeah, and those sort of video essay and really original content things.
That's what brought me here.
It
It brought a lot of people here. I think about half of the subscribers we have right now at 12,000. We're almost at 12,000. I think we literally got 5,000 to 6,000 of those subscribers over the course of a couple weeks from when it blew up in the summer of 2017, out of nowhere, like right before Sonic Mania came out. But
so like, this is nothing concrete and nothing serious whatsoever. But I was talking to Rick recently about like, man, I really do love like the video essay format and like having.
And I have others that I want to make.
For sure. Yeah. If we put out a Let's Play, it's a certain amount of effort, and it's fun for us. If we put out a video essay, it is really like a labor of love, because none of us are the kind of people who just like throw it out there and see if it sticks and if it's stupid and people meme it or something and it becomes big. But like anything like that, you'll notice, at least I do, all the D-pads, video essays, and stuff are super well researched and well put together.
It is very
credit to
disheartening.
editing,
Rick also spends crazy amounts of time doing his like editing effects thing.
It is
He'll be
very
like, hey,
disheartening
come
to
look
look
at
at
this
some of
like
those
5-second
videos.
clip. Look at, I spent all day working on this.
Yes.
It's like, woo, that
Was
10-second clip looks good.
I think the full name was like Dashes to Ashes, Rust to Dust or something like that. It was the
Yes.
like Mega Man. Essentially, what happened after Mega Man stopped being a game series for like 7 years.
Oh yeah.
Your red ash
thing-
sadness.
It's like a 35-minute long thing, and it has about 1,200 views. And I'm just like,
Yeah. Damn, I did a thing that nobody cared about.
yeah. Same goes for the Dreamcast video. That one, a Downward Spiral. That one has I think 1,000 views.
You need to get the Mega Man one in like a Mega Man forum or something.
I did.
Somewhere.
I posted. When I make a video essay, I post those things fucking everywhere.
Yeah.
I really do.
Shotgun.
I probably am being annoying with it, and it could hurt us more than help us. But honestly, it's just like somebody might see this and get something out of it, and it might start to spread.
Literally, the thing of like somebody who writes for Kotaku is on Reddit or Something Awful or YouTube and sees this like related video. Sees it, writes an article about it, and then 200 million thousand views in one day or something.
The two biggest things I think that have happened to us in terms of like virality were obviously the big one was Michael Jackson, which it seems like it got posted to Reddit and Something Awful around the same time, right as Sonic Mania was about to come out. Yes. I don't know what spurred it on.
I actually saw it. Not referenced directly, but commented in a Kotaku article. Like
interesting.
One of the
I did see that too.
One of the highest rated comments was somebody being like, "Here's most of your article, but in a more concise format," and posted it, and it had a bunch of stars. It was actually pretty funny.
Yeah. And then
hey,
it just happened to get crossed by hey Steve. It got posted to a whole bunch of places by other people. I had nothing to do with it because at that point I was like, it did okay. It got a couple thousand views. That's pretty good for us. Hooray!
Sure.
And then all of a sudden in June, it just goes. Like I remember being at work. I wasn't at work. I was hanging out with folks after work at someone else's apartment. We were like having drinks and stuff, and I got a notification on my phone that's like, one of your videos is doing better than usual. And I'm like, huh. And I look and I'm just like, oh, okay. So the Michael Jackson video's gotten about 500 more views today. I'm like, oh, that's not 24 hours. That's 60 seconds. It's gotten 500 views in the last minute.
It's exploding actively.
Like I'm like, oh my god, and like there are messages from like text messages from me to the group being like, guys, and like looking at this crazy spike. I still can't look at full history analytics for our channel because that spike is so severe that everything else looks like a flat
everything
line.
off. Yeah.
So I have to start from like September 2017 forward if I want to have any idea how our channel is doing compared to itself. The other big one was we got mentioned in an article that got like no views and no comments, but it was still nice anyway. We got an article in Zelda Informer for the Legendary Let's Play.
Oh.
Literally the day we put up our thanks for watching, we're done video at the end of all of the other stuff. Like when we finished the main series before we started noodling around with Ocarina and Majora's Mask 3D. Yep. And it was like, oh yeah, the channel of the D-pad has played all the Zelda games. Okay. And that was like basically the article. And I'm like,
cool.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
I appreciated that someone had seen it. And
it's not much of a hook though. They're done. Oh, all right.
They only saw it because I posted it to the Zelda subreddit where it got taken down for being like spam. I guess they were like, you can't market yourself here. I'm like, there's fan art here day in and day out. So okay, fine. But that person happened to see it.
It's that wild, wild west of the internet.
Yep. And I was just like, oh, goddamn.
That's very smart.
Let's see.
So yeah, my whole point of getting us off on that tangent was saying like I really like the idea of video essay stuff, and like I have a desire to be a part of like actually rendering videos like non-let's play style and stuff. So that is and to contribute work because again like fun insider fact that running a YouTube channel like this requires an incredible amount of work, which Rick does 80% of. Like, the rest of us have to spend time, get here, be prepared, be on target and stuff like that, and contribute and stuff. But like Rick does so much legwork, and like contributing that way, I think would be fun in the future.
Yeah, I definitely want to. I've always had an idea of the D-pad being more than just Let's Play videos and even like, oh, let's talk about games for a little bit, but like get analytical. We
Sure.
still want to bring back the D-pad as some kind of a podcast or video podcast or something. We put out kind of a test balloon of it last April, and we didn't really do anything with it, partly due to us being busy, partly now John has moved, but once he's settled in, we can, perhaps do more with that. But I've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 video essays of various shapes and sizes that I've kind of got on the block that I'm interested in.
Ooh.
One of them is a very special Seriesly miniseries, and I'm not going to say anything more about that because that one is one that I want to drop and be like, here's something really cool that I've spent a long time thinking about. It'll be essentially a series 10 years in the making in terms of kind of conscious thought on the matter.
Okay.
I guess more. I guess it'd be more like 13 years at that point. But
Yeah, don't give away too many secrets. I want to hear about this.
there's also a video essay on kind of analyzing a character from a trilogy of movies as a metaphor for something really strong, as sort of a main symbol for that series. I think that's kind of a fun thing to get into.
Right.
I guess I'll swing over this way
we can
since-
kind of we've brought this down to a duo pad.
I'm trying to remember what the other two. Oh, one of them is a secret, and it's one that I've been trying to put some time into forever, and I just never got around to. But
Heroes.
and then
Myths and Heroes.
oh god damn it, what was the last one?
Secret fourth option.
Yeah. I've lost it, but I would like to do some like game reviews and more involved things. But no, Sarah's heading out to Home Depot. She's got to get some wood for some stuff that's going on in the apartment for construction. And it closes in 30 minutes. We live like 4 minutes away from there, so she'll be there and back. But a deep dive into the Iron Man trilogy would be kind of interesting. Honestly, I wanted early on, before we did Movie Nights at the Round Table, my initial idea was to do a Seriesly set of videos for the MCU and kind of explore all of that and get kind of into it and see what interesting things we're gonna come of that. But it's at that point, that was while I was still doing the Bond movies, and that was like, all right, I'll have to finish the Bond movies and then I'll do that. And the Bond ones got bigger and crazier, and I just couldn't keep up with those anymore.
Yeah, they started coming a lot quicker than they used to.
Yeah, like it reached a point where it was like, oh, instead of it, the first two were like a week apart, and they were both like 20-ish minutes long, and then the third one came out, it was like, oh, it's a week and a half later, and it's like, oh, 23 minutes long, cool. And then the fourth one was like, oh, it came out like 3 weeks later, but this one is like 32 minutes long, so it's worth it.
And there was a lot of writing involved too.
Yeah, and then the fifth one was not Thunderball. Maybe it was Thunderball. Yeah, I think it was Thunderball.
Was Thunderball, yeah.
And that one was like 48 minutes long. It took like 2 months to edit. Like it just kept going, and I was like, I can't rate it in, especially
spiraling. Yeah,
because it's like, on the one hand, like I could just chop stuff out and be like, no, I got to cut that. But it was also like, I'm having a lot of fun making these jokes and getting crazy with it, and it's hard to pick things to take out of there. Yeah, we're just kind of winding. We're starting to wind down, but.
So I guess this is like a good place to kind of pitch this idea. Is this a good place to pitch my thought about Final Fantasy and chaptered things?
If you like, yeah.
Okay,
you pitch and I'll catch.
Oh my God. All right, that's it for the stream, everybody. Good night. Ben and I got to do something. Okay, so very distracted. That was very erotic. So my thought is, like, I would love to do a Final Fantasy Let's Play of some kind. If I had to, like, pick a Final Fantasy game, Final Fantasy 3/6 is my favorite game. And I was kind of thinking about the nature of doing video essays on the
Final
channel.
Fantasy Tactics?
And it's up there, trust me. If I thought about the idea of doing a Let's Play and sort of dividing the game into story logical chapters. Yeah. So say like 8 sections. You know how Pokemon is broken up by the gyms?
Yeah.
Do Final Fantasy in an open kind of thing. Play from, point A to the end of chapter 1 or whatever, and then release a video that is kind of a plot summation / our thoughts on it. Because it's like, I don't want to lean towards what does well on YouTube, but like that's kind of the stuff that I like writing, like or watching on YouTube. Interesting observations on the plot of blank.
Yeah.
Or like, contributory information, things like that. So something I'm an artiste. Something about fusing a Let's Play where like I am actively playing through Final Fantasy VI right now. So like it's very fresh for me. So I wouldn't want hands on the controller. But somebody who's less fresh with it, going through section like from beginning to end of a chapter and then releasing some sort of, video essay about the plot and the nature of the game. And I don't know if that's something that would be interesting to people. It might get 100 views. Might get a million.
Like exploring the themes of the game and like how like it deals with certain topics and certain character developments and things like that would be pretty powerful. And,
pointing out the stuff in between
for real world events and all that stuff. Yeah, like kind of a deep dive into the lore and analysis of that lore.
Yeah. Yeah, pointing out a particular weapon we picked up in the last set of Let's Plays that's actually super dope because of XYZ bug or like, you know, it's going to be good for acts. Sure.
Yeah.
Wink. Yeah. Much like the game actually is structured. So like I like the idea of kind of fusing the Let's Play and sort of combining the time we spend playing it as a Let's Play to getting used to it. And then taking a break and writing a video essay on Chapter 1 or Act 1 of Final Fantasy, and then moving on after that's released. And, you know, it
kind of getting into,
like production level somewhere around Robot Rumble, where there's some work done in the background, but ultimately it's kind of like, you know, discussed and gone through.
You're right. And, like, you get to, like, get more into the nitty-gritty of it than you would just get being like, oh, we picked up a Falchion. Cool. All right, let's go fight some more elves.
Yeah.
And then I was like...
You don't fight elves in Final Fantasy VI.
I'm thinking Final Fantasy 1 in my head.
Oh, yeah.
You should probably do fight elves. I don't know. It's been a while since I picked up Final Fantasy VI.
I don't know if there's an enemy that's an elf in Final Fantasy VI.
I can't
in
think of
6, I don't think there is. I think in 1
they
there
do like
are.
goblins and stuff.
Oh, no, the elves you're trying to save in Elfland.
Yeah.
Because Final Fantasy 1 is like D&D if they forgot to get creative with it.
Yeah. So anyway, to sum it up, the point is like to do something halfway between Let's Play and video essay, kind of encapsulating something we are playing. So if you really want to watch every episode of the D-pad, like, you know, all 10 episodes that make up Chapter 1, you can. Or you can watch our video essay.
Just literally take the game into, like, let's be real, nearly every video game does follow a 3-act structure in some capacity or another. Literally breaking it into those pieces. Act 1, Scene 1. Here is, I don't remember. I don't know enough about Final Fantasy VI, so I'm just going back to 1 again. Here's Corneria and the quest to save Princess Sarah.
Yes.
Now, just so I'm understanding this correctly, the actual Let's Play videos, that would just be the format that we're doing right now with every other game, or those be edited down?
I'm going to be cut down, probably.
Well,
there's no reason you couldn't just release them.
So my thought, sorry, I mentioned this thought and then wasn't paying attention to anything that you guys were responding to me because I'm still trying to like render it out. The thought being that we do a normal Let's Play,
I'm just saying,
but then in doing the Let's Play, we're gathering footage for a like chapter summation, and we're gathering thoughts personally, and eventually we do like, you know, if it's
like a summary kind of thesis, I guess, on that
Act
piece
1.
Of the overall story.
Sure, break the game arbitrarily into 4 pieces, and we do a 4-part series on the plot of Final Fantasy VI and interesting stuff about it.
But if you wanted to watch a complete unedited Let's Play of Final Fantasy VI, that would be there.
You would also be there. Yeah, and that's like the thought. And you know, if we know as we're tracking through the game what's important, it would cut down on editing work for you. You wouldn't have to like pick up the Super Nintendo and you know, redo that scene just so you have the
we would have all of that on hand and be like, sweet, we got those crisp footage of it, which is a lot of times for intros. I'm happy when we can play games really far ahead of the start of the game, because it means I got a lot of really excellent quality footage to work with,
good cuts.
And the worst part is when we play games that are not as popular, like say or aren't currently popular when we have technology for it. Battle Network 5, doing an intro for that is a huge pain in the ass because everyone's got their garbage, crunchy video YouTube uploads from 2010. And I'm like, great, unregistered HyperCam 2 or whatever, and it's like,
oh no.
But yeah, having legit good footage of it is always a nice plus, for sure.
Yeah. And
makes editing a hell of a lot easier, that's for sure.
This is a pipe dream of mine, and I guess now, finally, I will say, like, I've seen a couple of people say, like, that sounds like a good idea. This seems interesting. I mean, I think it's a good way to not interrupt the D-pad's workflow overall that much. But if we do a few weeks of Final Fantasy, finish Chapter 1, and then give it some time before we put out like our video essay on chapter 1 of Final Fantasy.
Because that'll require some real editing. And
and
absolutely,
some
for
writing.
sure.
And, I mean, I thought it'd be interesting.
It'll definitely take we'll have to do some like actual sit down writing workshops to come up with like, all right, let's really break this down together. Like, what do we want to focus on here?
Yes, what's important
and all of that
Roses
jazz.
are red, violets are blue, unregistered
Hypercam
hypercam
too.
too.
Yep.
Nice.
Amazing.
The funny part about this idea too is like you brought it up. I think you brought it up once before, and then you brought it up again last week as kind of an idea that you were kind of formulating in your head.
Yes.
And the irony of all of this was that it was related to, and I'm not going to really get into details on it, but it's very, very similar. Minus, I guess, the analytical portion of it, like the deep lore dive. I guess it's very similar to an idea that I'd been sitting on, I guess, in secret now for about 5 years. Like, I have had a plan for a thing for a long ass time, and like this fits pretty perfectly on top of that. So maybe there's a way that these can play nicely together. It's actually
interesting.
Basically, most of my idea happens to be most of your idea. So it all
Nothing you said is original, Jeff.
No. It is though.
Shut up.
It absolutely no. Jeff's the lore and analysis and like breakdown of the story and like kind of a bite size. If you really want to know about Final Fantasy VI, but you don't have 25 hours to dump into it,
yes,
here's an hour and a half across 4 videos that gets into the pieces and gives you all the parts you actually need.
Yes.
Like
or
that
is specifically our take on
exactly. Yeah, it may not be the right one. It may not be the most most thorough. It may not even go the more traditional path. We might find some other thing to talk about. It's like
not that I don't trust us to do the research on
for sure.
That we all love very dearly. But,
coming in 2021, Final Fantasy X and the Nature of Rebirth. Like I don't know, some kind of. Like there, things.
Can we just play Blitzball in Final Fantasy X instead of playing the game? Just become
I don't mind Blitzball
champions and go home.
Blitzball made me stop playing that game.
My hope for Blitzball.
Hated it or loved it?
I hated Blitzball.
The saddest thing about Blitzball.
Get the fuck out of Massachusetts.
The saddest thing.
I started playing Final Fantasy X, and then I got to the Blitzball part. I'm like, this is fucking awful.
You are shitting my dick.
The
no
coolest
way.
thing.
Get it out of my ass.
Or the saddest thing to me about Final Fantasy X with Blitzball is that literally right around the same time they were developing Kingdom Hearts, which has fully swimmable 3D environments, and then they go do Blitzball and it's like
flat plane.
We're in a beautiful sphere. I'm gonna sit on the equator.
Nope.
And it's like, give me some swimmies going up and down.
Yep.
To this day, Final Fantasy X is one of the
teniest games ever
Final
made.
Fantasy games that I haven't completed.
Really?
Oh wow.
10 is, in my opinion, one of the most accessible ones, just because
I haven't then, of course, also done 10-2.
Fair, yeah. I have not played far into 10-2 because they give you your airship immediately. And you can just accidentally walk into areas with crazy shitload hard boss areas and
everything up to 10, including 10 I've played, but like 10-2 I haven't actually jumped into.
I just don't like the fact that you basically have to guess where you're supposed to go next all the time.
That's a lot of cheese.
Yeah,
I love that. That's still a thing. Poor. Did I say his name on mic before?
I don't know if you did or not.
I guess it doesn't really matter. It's not like you can look him up. Can't look up a first name.
Yeah.
Well, can't you?
But this he moved desks and he's like on the other side of the office
so
now.
he
and
still works there though.
Oh, he still works there. I don't get him anymore. I don't have any more.
Yeah.
Boo.
Well, okay. So
it was just very intriguing to me when you had brought it up that like about like 50 to 60% of your idea of stuff was something that I'd just been kind of sticking in my back pocket since legitimately 2014.
Fucking Justin.
Like it was an idea that would have benefited a lot more from doing it in 2014.
I want to say his last name because it's dumb so bad.
I have to reauthorize this thing while we go
his
here,
last
but
name is
to the point
so
where
bad?
the funniest thing to me,
dumb so bad?
the funniest thing about this, Jeff, is that at some point, probably in 2014, 2015, I definitely at some party told you about the idea.
I completely believe this,
and then I realized after was like, oh no, I've probably just spoiled this fun thing for Jeff
because I watched the channel.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. The stuff's never gonna happen.
I got them spoilers.
But yeah, no, this is
ever going to happen.
This is a pretty achievable thing.
Hush.
This is a very achievable thing.
If anything is ever going to happen, it's going to be a Final Fantasy Let's Play on my back. But anyway, if you guys have any thoughts about this Final Fantasy or like game essay otherwise, I guess
I think that would work.
like
great.
at me in Discord or post it in streaming or something, because as we've been chatting, I haven't really gotten a chance to answer all the questions or read everything. So get back at us after the fact.
I think that would work really particularly good for Final Fantasy Tactics, just because the lore and story of that game is really involved,
and it's literally divided into chapters anyway.
Well, that's true too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ben, were you?
I'm also playing through Final Fantasy Tactics, so I'm 1,000%
yes.
on board too. Yeah, I'm with you.
Were you Sled Pants or was John Sled Pants? Someone was asking who came up with Sled Pants.
I think that was me.
I think so too.
I want it to be a thing.
Yes,
that's all it was, right? I just want sled pants to be a real thing.
Well, and we were wondering if there was a patent on it.
Oh yeah,
and we went and looked it up, and it turned out the patent ran out like 14 years ago because it's dumb.
Oh well. All you need is a locking mechanism for you just got to like lock your ankles together and then you're good, because otherwise you just kind of like you're skiing. Also, yeah, deep analytical Final Fantasy content from the man who brought you butt assembly.
I'm gonna come to where you live and teach you butt assembly, Final Biscuit.
Where did sled pants come from?
I think that was you.
No, but why did that come up? Did someone say something?
Oh, Final Biscuit was like Rick retroactively taking credit for everybody's ideas.
And also claiming credit for sled pants.
I'm not claiming credit for sled pants.
Yeah, I know
that wasn't me.
I want big snow pants with a sled on the bum, so you can just slide down the hill on your bum.
No, that's fair.
That sounds like so much fun.
Yeah, that would be great.
We'll work on it.
Yeah. And obviously, I'm not trying to take credit for your idea for the analytical stuff.
Aren't you, Rick?
No, I'm not.
You're taking credit for a deep dive video with some information about video games.
I don't think the ideas are really all that similar.
The
they're
driving force.
Final Fantasy.
Yeah, the driving force of Jeff's idea is entirely different from what mine was. But like
I'm still not sure about the depth of your idea.
We can talk about it more off mic. But like
I want Kick Day to come back. What day is Kick Day? Someone's got to know.
It's December something. That's all I remember. Because it was really late into our Halloween series. Because fucking Gods Will Be Watching. Terrible game. It just sucks. I'm sorry. I wanted so badly to like that game.
You did. I know you.
It was just bad. It just wasn't good. It was built to be cruel levels of difficult, which just isn't fun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those things. We've probably said 100 times by now, but like it's probably fine if you're playing it just on your own on your own time.
Yeah. If you got some time and you're just like, I want to spend 3 hours. I'm gonna get this fucking level right. God damn it. But like otherwise, like an in-depth analysis on Baba Badalgara. It's called reading James Joyce. Like, there's no deep dive to do. It's there. It's literally existing.
It's been done.
December 13th.
It's 12/13. That's easy to remember now. Thank you.
Was it 12/13/14? Was it 2014 when that happened?
Oh my god.
No, I don't think it was, because because at the end of the Halloween stuff we started doing Kirby, so that was 12/13/15. Because we started Kirby and Sonic in 2016.
Time, man. Time.
All right, well,
yeah.
how you feling? Do you want to sort of
I think it's probably
bring
time
her to a close?
Yeah, I think we should probably wrap this thing up.
Yeah, if we're gonna train our fire cats and sword ladies.
I gotta whip these turds into shape.
What shape are you whipping turds into?
You gotta get on your bike
Very
and
pointy.
chase us.
Oh, we're gonna be pointy turds.
Some pointy ass turds. You'll do some damage. You'll still be gross, but you'll do some damage.
What happens to all of today's videos? We didn't have any except for Hollow Knight, which should have gone live about 2 hours ago. We didn't record last weekend because we all felt like total garbage.
Everyone was sick.
Yeah,
everyone in my work has been sick. I got sick. I brought it home. Got everyone else sick.
Yeah,
it's fucking horrible.
All three of us were just in awful. I'm still not feeling good. I've been super worn down.
You can probably still hear it in my voice. I'm just finally getting over it.
Yeah.
Inevitably, I'm gonna go home with the sickness.
Yeah,
you're gonna get up then get down with the sickness.
I'm gonna get down with the sickness.
But
nice.
like literally everyone at my work is sick.
Ugh.
Everyone
good.
is sick.
Oh, great.
Yeah, so I'm fucked basically.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get only sicker from here. Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, no, I already brought it. It already happened.
Yeah. Well, I mean, unless there's many different kinds.
No, you can't get sick twice in a row. That's double jeopardy.
Fecal rat psychosis for all of us.
Oh, I forgot all about that.
I feel the insanity coming on already.
Oh God! All right, we should end this thing. This is a pretty good hangout. There's a lot more that could be talked about. With this, we don't really have much information for it. Hopefully, by the time we get our next one in, there should be a lot of new stuff. Like Sonic Adventure will hopefully be done. Spyro should be done. Mega Man Battle Network 6 should be started.
Yeah, 'tis the season of cleaning shit out.
Yeah, I don't think World of Light will quite be done, but we should be getting close at that point.
Could be 2 years. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. I hope everyone's good for 2025 Smash Brothers Ultimate.
Yeah.
But, we'll see you guys next time. Thank you very much for coming down.
Yeah, thanks everyone for hanging out.
Thanks for your continued interest in us.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I mean,
and if you want to jump in on this in the future, if you're watching this in like VOD on YouTube, then you can go to patreon.com/dpadfm. And you can see the details there. I'm actually going to be doing some cleaning up on there, cleaning up the tiers because we've had redundancies and
we got to
clean
up
the
that
details
cheesecake thing. We don't want that.
That's going to be in there. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. We will see you guys next time.
Peace out, everybody.
Bye.